Alright guys, you should all be able to hear me as long as everything is working today, which it should be, right? Alright, I don't know what my audio, I don't know what my mic is picking up there, but it's picking up something. Clearly my voice. Okay, today, roster reviews, yeah? Lots and lots of roster reviews. What I'm actually doing is I'm finally gonna update the sheet, because everyone keeps on saying, so I'll try and do it as we go along today. Oh, did I fix the light? Well, I had a look and it kind of stopped, so I think it's fixed, but I don't know. I think it's sparking, I don't really know. If it happens again, it happens again. Like, I'm not gonna end the stream early because of it. But it was a little bit concerning, so I just wanted to have a look at that and make sure it's all looking good. Okay, so yeah, what I'll try and do today is I'll try and timecode the stream a little bit better, and I'll also try and put on the completion list, which you can access with the commands. Right? Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna get the stream up so I can edit it as we go along. Okay, sweet. Okay, awesome. How is the audio today before I start getting into all of this? Hopefully it's okay. Alright guys, so the first roster we have today is going to be the one we started yesterday and then I stopped. And the reason being I had stuff to do, right? And that is going to be okay. That's going to be, I want to say Sands. Is that your name again? Hey, Kanji Club. Go to the doctor. Oh man, what's wrong? Also, you're first up. I know we did you yesterday, but I said I'd do you again. Because I remember we weren't fully concentrated because of that damn light. So, you're first up. Today's a good day. What I'll do is I'll update the time codes as we go along. It just may mean the stream's a little bit delayed while I try and work out how to do that. Because I'm not a pro streamer. Okay. Alright, 6:25. Okay. And then let's put in your YouTube username. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Sweet. Okay. Awesome. Okay. And then let's also add you to the list here as well. Actually, I can just link that after. That's not a problem. We can put in the time at least. So it's what? Okay, 03, 23, and 21. Oh wait. Okay, cool. It's all being updated. Let's go. Sorry about that. It may take a little bit longer. This way, everyone knows when they're done. Because it's going to be completely updated. Kanji Club, you know the rules. You gotta put in your ally code in the Google form. Alright, so I remember looking yesterday, and I remember we said Revan Vader, which is a W. And then I remember we spoke a little bit about exec. I do remember looking at your roster. But you want to know what to do after. Okay, so you're 1 million GP, so you don't need. It's not like it's panic mode, right? It's not like you need to think to yourself, "Oh my god, what am I about to do?" Because you have time, no matter what you go for. Now, there is an argument if you want a Galactic Legend, you go down the C route. because Executor into C makes sense. You need to Bomber for both, Vader for both. It's going to finish off the Trooper team, because C gives you the 3 Troopers, Stark, Veers, and... I can't remember who the other Trooper is now is. But let's take a look at the C requirements real quick. And that's the easiest way to go about this. So in terms of the requirements, it's Piet. Piet will already be done. So you'll have Vader done, you have Piet done, you'll have the TIE Bomber done, Marauder would fit in your DR team, and then you would basically finish off a Trooper team. You just have to farm Dark Trooper. So that makes sense, right? To me, it does anyway, right? Whether or not that makes sense to you, it is up to you to decide. Oh my god, so many requests. It's okay, guys. This one's gonna be a long one today. I'm well aware. So, like, if you want a Galactic Legend, I know you got Starkiller. I saw it's pretty hype, man. I mean, you are like a year and a half late to the party, but it's still pretty awesome. So yeah, I mean, would I say C's the best first Galactic Legend? Probably not. Is he arguably the most accessible? I have not seen a mini hyperdrive. Should we open up the free-to-play offer this and have a look at it? I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. I haven't watched. I saw Arnold's like video pop up, but I haven't watched it yet. So I'll get it up in a second on the free-to-play. So yeah, I don't know. Like if you desperately want a Galactic Legend, C makes sense. You have Savage. Omi works really well with him. You have Darth Rev and you have Malik. It would fill out your Sith Empire team a little bit. It'd also fill out those troopers. So that's an option, right? Or why won't my account get it? But my account isn't level 85. I'm not gonna make a new account. My account's not level 85. Are you sure it wouldn't get it? Mini hyperdrive. We'll have to have a look. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. Let's see if there's like a form on, not a form, like a post on Reddit or something. I'm sure there is. Galaxy of Heroes. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. And new. I'm not seeing anything, but like to look at it, to look now. Check out them. We can go have a look. I'm still not. I don't know. I can't see it. We'll have a look later. You may have done. I think it was yesterday. It was originally on their channel. Really? I'm not seeing it. Oh wait, no. I do see it. I do see it. Get to level 60 one day ago, yeah? 2 free calendars for new accounts. Just okay, that's all it is? I'm not gonna click on the video, but I'll watch it later. Anyway, right, so what was he saying here? I get Old Republic. I would keep a Gear 12 max. I know you're doing it for Malik. This is really good, yeah. This is really good. Okay, so options you have: bump Geos up, option 1. Like, they're still relevant for Fleet. They're still relevant for What Temple. Unless you're gonna do what some people, I know some people have done, and just skip GOTB, go straight to ROTE. Granted, you're not gonna be doing that 1 mil, unless you're very lucky. But even then, it kind of negatively impacts your account, because you do want to be unlocking What Temple. Yeah, I saw it. Sim tickets, credits, droid brains, all of that stuff. I mean, doing it looks very good, but I just saw in the title new hyperdrive. I don't know. It doesn't seem hyperdrive. How much longer for the review that starts at 521? I think I did you the other day, you know. I think I did you 2 days ago, but either way, you'll get done. Like, if you've requested today, you'll get done today. We're gonna go through everyone. I'm also time coding it today. So at the end of the stream, you'll be able to just click on it and you'll be able to see your name if you've been done or not. Today we are learning. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, you're going for exec. After exec, you either need to choose to fill out teams, or you need to choose to go for like a big character. Like I said, C would be closest. You'd already be a few recs done. No, not droid brains. Sorry, wrong word. I meant to say the ones that you what they called, not droid brains. Oh god, that's so dumb. Could you imagine giving droid brains level 60? No, I meant the training droids. They're the ones. Similar thing. They both have droids in the name, right? I'm sure I did. I just got a lot of submissions, so I'm sure I got yours somewhere. Right, how many? Yeah, we're now at 99, so we've gained like 6 or 7. But everyone will get done. Like I said, everyone's going to get done. If you want to see if you have been done today, you can type, I think it's exclamation mark roster review or something like that, and it'll give you like a link. I can't remember the command. One of the mods will know, not me. Okay, Mando's being worked on. So you have best got Mando team. Trey is worth taking up. Obviously, you're starting her up through the guild. But when you get there, she's worth the Omicron, she's worth the gear. Maybe it's even worth you farm Nyla Scion. Nyla Scion would be worth. And then you have the option. I mean, in terms of Journey Guide characters, I think the position you're in, I think Starkiller, I think C, I think maybe even deciding to go off into a gas farm. Any of those would be good options after you finish Executor. And like I said, you're 1 million GP. It's not like whatever you've done now will it's not like whatever you've done now will negatively impact anything, because you're 1 million GP. The account is looking really clean. Decent relics, decent at gear 12, decent first Omicron. That's going to be soloing so much in your GAC bracket. Geos for gear 12 for your guild. Fair enough, that's worthy. And then that does open up the Malevolence fleet. And guys, I remember before Executor came out, granted it's a little bit different now, like, it was mainly Negotiator Malevolence, as we know, in the old fleet meta. And people with gear 12 Geos could keep up like top 50 with Malevolence. It wouldn't hold on defense, but gear 12 Geos would push up and you'd be able to always clear your opponent. Yeah, there's like commands. I can't remember what they are. I know that's extremely helpful, isn't it? I can't. I think type in something like this maybe, and then it should tell you. I don't know if that's even a command. I don't know if commands is even a command. We'll see. Does the bot reply to me? Probably not. Let's be real. Hey, there you go. So you can actually go and have a look at the commands there. So I can tell you what the commands are. So just click that. Commands for this channel. So you can type in next page. Oh my god, there's so many. What is this, man? What is this? Okay. It's review queue. That's what you type in, and then it will bring up the form, which I'm editing as we go along. I should have probably pre-edited it, but because you all submit while we're live, it'll take too long. Yeah, that's basically the plan. As we go along today, as we do every roster, I'll add one to the review queue, and then you know if you've been done. So if you join later on, you can always go back and you can check that way. So that is fun. Just don't use the request roster review because I'm using a different form at the moment. So that one, I won't see it. I need to update that one. Okay, so yeah, basically, yeah. Starkiller, I think makes sense. Maybe gas. I think gas is always a good farm. The thing is, if you do geos to gear 12, then that would give you access to Padme, right? Which I don't think you have Padme yet. And then that could, you know, I can already see you're starting up some clones, and then you could go into clones into gas. You could easily have that done by like 2.2 mil. And then you'd have Executor, you'd have gas, you'd be cam ready, you'd be geo ready. And your guild would love you. Starkiller will be fun. Well, do what you're a fan of. I always say this, guys. Like, if you have a favorite character, if you have like a faction you love, do that faction, do that team. That's probably the best thing you can do. Okay. So yeah, I know we did your roster yesterday. I just wanted to go over it again because I felt bad leaving yesterday as quick as we did. Okay, so who is next on the list today? We have Darth Sand. Oh, maybe I didn't do you yesterday. Well, we have you now, so let me go and update everything. It will take me a second here, guys. I'm not sure. Alright, Darth Sand. And we're doing you... Okay. Cool. Free 23, okay. In-game name, I don't know what your in-game name is. We'll find that out in a second. I thought we did you the other day, but I must have done something else. So you are Darth Sand in-game as well. Man, I love it. I love it. It's such a good name. Okay, and then your ally code is here. And you're farming. Oh yeah, we did do you the other day, but we can. I think we did you just recently, but we can take another look. Like I said, we'll do everyone today, and then I need to just update the second one of these. So where are we in the stream? All right, 21:16. Okay. I know this takes a little bit longer doing it this way, but it's the easiest way to keep it up to date. Because it takes me forever, guys, to go through and do all the time codes after the stream. Oh man, I'm always credit poor. I'm always so credit poor, man. Like, do you know what really scared me? You know when I changed my mods yesterday? I forgot I changed them, and I thought I'd signed a territory war with no mods on. I don't think I did, but I'm worried that I did. But I think I signed up beforehand. Who knows? Oh man, Palpy, I'm not sure. If you want a roster review today, you can do one today. The stream's gonna be on for like, well, we start at 9. I'm gonna assume we'll finish at like 4 or 5. It's gonna be a long one. So if you want to request today. We'll do them. Like I said, once a week we'll do a really long stream. Once a week. Okay, so yeah, I remember looking at this account a couple of times, right? So we have JK, yeah, I remember because JK was gear 12, and then we knew that you was going JMK, and then I said, oh, why don't you possibly go for Jabba? Why don't you possibly go for JML? Which are both perfectly good options. It looks like you're going Starkiller, no? See, I already saw Mara Jade is up and running. What about Talon? Okay, Talon's being starred. Dash is starred. And Kyle is starred. So I feel like Starkiller makes sense. Okay, I will add you to the list. if possible, always try to use the form, but I get that some of you can't. So what I'll do is I'll put you like somewhere further down, just so I remember to look. That's all. It's not. You're still going to be done in a list format, but I'll try my best to remember, right? And if I scroll through and I see you, then we'll do you quicker. That's the easiest way to do it, right? Okay, let's put you in there. Okay, cool. Yesterday I didn't stream for too long. Yesterday I say that I streamed for like 3 hours, but I left a little bit early yesterday because something was sparking on my computer. And I was like, oh no, I must go and fix it. And then I went and edited the Reaver battle and uploaded it. Which I realized I made a mistake in the title, guys. Can you imagine that? So many people thought it was just another Maul counter. So I changed the title. Because I don't want you guys to think that I was just uploading another Maul one. Okay. So, yeah, JMK's on the way, right? You got a Reliquate on GK coming. Do you have the Yoda done? Okay, he's not done. So you still need the Relicates. Trey is Omicron. Phasma's Omicron. What's the speed on Phasma? Low key, that's important. There's a 331. And then I need to remember the calculation for speed because I always forget this. Okay, so I remember this. Okay, so let me type in the speed calculation, and then you guys will. You guys will remember or understand the calculation for speed. So we have, what was it? 229. Okay. So this would be your Phasma speed in Territory War. So the calculation is the speed plus 100. That's the lead. And then you divide it by the turn meter gain, which is 0.6. So that will be Phasma speed. 526.4. So as long as you outspeed, like, that's still relatively fast, let's be real. No, you think it's new? It's not. So, do you know, someone else said that to me. Does it sound better? All I did was I rearranged it. Before, the microphone was like over here. Now the microphone's literally in front of me. And I put on some filters to try and make it. Does it sound clear? It's supposed to sound a lot clearer now. Oh, don't worry. We'll have a look at the Reaver stuff. Is it not good? Is it too loud? Because if it's too loud, then I need to turn it down. I sound so different. Oh my god, that's not good, man. Not natural, really? Do you not like it? That's a bit weird. I can take off something. I don't know, man. You're scaring me, Naughty. Are you saying that it doesn't sound any good, or it just sounds better? You're old voice. You're old to be. You're used to me using bad quality audio. Sounds better here. I don't know. We'll go a while with it, and then we'll see. It's just supposed to sound a lot more crisp, a lot more. Maybe I need to tweak it a little bit more. So yeah, your Phasma is like we just said. Your Phasma is gonna be. Oh damn! Where were we? I've already lost it. But yeah, it was like 526 or something. So like low NCs, you'll be able to beat other teams. Like Phasma's good on offense. I mean, you're gonna be beating a lot of big teams. Defense as well. Just always make sure to check these stuff. Give it some time. See how bad I am at judging. Well, no, you're not bad at judging. If you think it's bad, or you think it just sounds awful, then I'd rather know and change it. But it is supposed to. The whole point was I thought that the way it was before just wasn't that clear, and sometimes my voice would be really distorted Maybe I'm wrong. But yeah, okay, so we looked at Phasma. We're not going to look at everything, because we've looked at your account a couple of times here. I remember looking at it the other day. Do you have First Lord TIE Pilot Omicron? You do. And it's the same sort of thing here as the Phasma calculation. So you're going to calculate... Which I don't know if it is the same. You just add the 100 speed. Yeah, okay, it's not the same. It's just a speed game. There's no turn meter. Not awful, just new. Man, now you guys are all scaring me. It was the same as yesterday. Yesterday had exactly the same audio settings. So I don't know, man. You know your voice IRL. We don't. I don't know my voice. Oh man. Oh, you're all making me panic now. It's okay. We'll give it. If enough people say they don't like it, I'll turn something off. You didn't notice in the video? I used the same. The laugh sounds the same, which is good. Oh man, why are you making me panic? We'll give it an hour. If enough people say they don't like it, then we'll change it. Okay, we're gonna go on to the next one here, guys, because we did look at that roster a few times. Okay, so next up we have we have a fellow YouTuber. We'd love to see it. Let's just put the time on. Actually, let's do that one last. Okay, so guys, you're all gonna watch me butcher the spelling. All of you that have this sheet open, you're all gonna be laughing at me because I can't spell. Okay, and ally code. Oh, we already got ally code. The YouTube name will be the same as this. And 2131. I can probably put in the dates later, I'm not gonna lie. I don't need to do that now. And doing C alt, then Jabba. Interesting. Okay guys, let's go and look at the next account. And in terms of the streams, 30 minutes. Okay. 0, 30. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, let's go. Illiterate? Yeah, I know, tell me about it. Okay, so guys, you may remember I matched against this guy. Last 5v5, and it was in like I pinged everyone in the server. That's why your messages are short. What do you mean? What do you mean your messages are short? I'm confused. But yeah, we matched against this player a few weeks ago, and it was actually a really close battle. Like, I pinged the server for the live stream notification, told people to go watch the other side of the Grand Arena. It was nail biting. Like, it was really close, really good match. In the end, the only reason I won was because their SLKR failed to kill my Lord Vader, and then in the back wall, my Separatist held, and that was the only reason I won. And it was really good. It was a really good battle. I always go watch their streams. You guys should probably go watch them. I think they're a fantastic streamer, content creator. They don't really make many videos, but they do a lot of streams, and they're very knowledgeable at the game. Like, they can give very good advice, and it's a more relaxed, more chilled environment, which some of you may like. I know some of you do watch them because I have told people before to go watch them. Yeah, I told you about that before, right? When I won, I was like screaming, like I was so excited because it was such a hype defense. Because like when you watch someone else play against your Grand Arena, it's fun, but when it's that close, Oh, right, I understand. Yeah, I am talking about them. Because that's the roster we're doing now. We're looking at their main. But, no, they're a fantastic player. Now, they have 6 GLs. They don't have Jabba. They do have Profundity. They have they have Relicate Cat. They have more. Now, I remember they have a ridiculously fast Rex, right? If I'm correct. Yeah, look at that. 331. And if you guys know how the calculation works, it's 4% per 5 first. So in 5v5, we're going to be looking at, what's that, plus... I can't do maths, guys. I think it's times 1.2, I think. But I actually can't do maths at all. Yeah, it is times 1.2. So 397 on Rex, which is just ridiculously fast. They have a fast cat. That one I didn't know. Well, yeah, 364. Okay, so she's 394. Yeah, I mean, they have very good mods. They have good GLs. The only things they don't have is R9s. I think they only have one Profundity. Or Radis. Yeah, we've already spoken about that. I didn't see it personally, but I'd heard about it. It looks good. It looks interesting. Alright, so what did they say they were doing again? So favorite game modes, TB, GAC raids, basically half the game. C alt. Okay, so we're looking at C. I'm just curious. Your 9mm GP, you're probably going to be getting Trench day 1. We know how this works, right? But 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you basically have the team. I would actually bump up B2 a little bit. Just because Grievous is like one of the most consistent TB teams, if you do enjoy TB. Like, Grievous is more consistent than some big characters in this game. Darth Revan speed? Can I have a look? He's a bit slower, but 338. Oh my god, I'm such a liar, guys. I should have looked. So, what speed is Malgus? Like, man, this is kind of crazy. 292. 292, 132k health. That's probably, if I had to guess, what, like 160, 170 at Relic 9, or even like 140, 145 at Relic 8, something like that. Which is still pretty impressive. But actually, do you know what I'm seeing a lot at the moment? I would normally mod him health, but I'm seeing a lot of people, if you can get him to like 130 to 150k, I'm seeing a lot of people change one of the sets for defense. And it seems to be pretty decent. I mean, we've gone up against it, and it's harder to beat. That's for sure. But you do lose a lot of the damage on here. But then again, if you hit the 130, 140k, you're still going to be doing a considerable amount on his special, right? So without taking into account his like base gains, if we had, say, 130,000, it's still going to do 52. You can add on a lot more there. It's probably going to be doing closer to about 100k, which is a lot of damage. Good question. So as far as I'm aware, true damage, he doesn't... There's nothing in there to prevent that. He still takes it. Because true damage is true damage, no? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe someone else can comment on that. As far as I'm aware, no, true damage is, at the moment, true damage. Like, it's his own thing. But not many characters do it. 165k health is nice. That is really nice. I think mine's 175k. And then we had the conversation on the stream and also in the Discord server a couple weeks ago. Some people, myself included, well, not really me, but someone brought it up that maybe putting a crit avoidance arrow, if you can hit like, 5, 6, 7% on the secondary on health here, having a crit avoidance arrow wouldn't be a bad idea, because if you can avoid the crits, gas doesn't push back cooldowns, and there's a chance that counter fails, but it's very specific. I don't know if I would go 100% in on that, but it's an interesting idea. Maybe someone can try it out. Jabba's going to be unlocked. Grand Inquisitor's done. I mean, there's not really a lot to say about this account. Maybe the only thing I would say is there's a lot of like Relic 4s, a lot of Relic 3s. Maybe bumping them up to at least R5 for platoons would be a good idea. Because when you're this close, it makes sense, right? You've heard it hurting gas counter as well, yeah. Yeah, but I think you would need to have a decent secondary. And I don't think you'd be able to go crit avoidance, defense set, and health sets. Because then you'd lose too much health. You'd still want to be minimum around that 150. Like for R9 or 130, 140 for R7. If you can hit that. Or whatever I just said. My mind's not working today. How do you mod Malak? Personally, I would just go Tenacity. Protection primaries. But I know some people do different ways of modding him. So for example, they've got health and Tenacity. But as long as you have decent... I mean, it just depends on what you're using Malak for. Like, if you're using Malak to solo stuff, then obviously Tenacity is more important, right? But you can get away with a blend like this. I don't know, there's different ways. Yeah, you would need a really good secondary on the arrow, absolutely. But it's still something worth using. Malak is all health and protection under DR and Tenacity for solo. Yeah, but to be fair, Malak can also just work. With decent mods, you can just keep him Tenacity. I mean, he's not going to be as effective, but it depends on if you want to move stuff around all the time. How much speed should I aim for on Cat? Where she should be on your fastest character? She should be like first or second. So like, if you don't have a fast Cat, it just opens up too many counters. Like, I would say Cat should be ideally one of these here. If we go by speed, we can see it on this roster as an example. You know, Cat is literally the fastest non-GL. Now, Mara Jade for me should be the number one, but it's preference, right? But Mara Jade, Cat, Echo, Maul, Revan, Dash. Who else do we have? Jedi Knight Revan. Fifth brother, seventh sister. Zam not so much. He's only needs to be 300. But these sorts of characters, they are the ones that need to be like 330, like Finn. He excels at really, really high speeds. Like 300 isn't bad, but these sorts of characters I would say should be higher. Yeah, it's more so you have the option to solo. Like the other thing is it just depends. If you remod every single time, like if you remod and you have a mod loadout for like 5v5 GSC, 5v5, 3v3 GSC, it's good. But if you have good mods on Malak, like good protection primaries, good secondaries, yeah, you lose a bit by having a Tenacity, you lose a bit of health. But you have that flexibility. If one day you decide you want to throw Malak in and solo something, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. Obviously, if you're going to be optimal, then yeah, you would want to mod him slightly differently. The other thing is not everyone uses Malak with DR. Some people use him to solo, some people use him with C, some people use him elsewhere as well. I don't know, it's preference. But it's a good point to bring up. I'm going to quick look at Datacron. We have lots of level 6s. I think that's your plan, just all level 6s. I'll show you my Datacrons in a second. Okay, thank you for submitting for the roster review. Good luck on the Jabba film. And it's always nice to see other content creators putting in for roster reviews. We love to see it. Okay, so just for context, this is mine. So whereas they've got loads more level 6s, I've only been going for level 9s. I'm actually a bit slower this conquest. I should be about here, but I only have 1 or 2 more level 9s to get. But we're not supposed to be reviewing my roster here, so it doesn't really make a difference. Okay, let's go on to the next roster. We have Palpy. You are next on the list. So let's go and fill in all of this. I assume your name is Palpy in the game. We'll find it out in a second. Okay, and what did you say? Gas Republic Fleet and Droids. Okay, and then I just need to put you in the YouTube as well. So whereabouts are we here? 43:22. Cool. And then when the stream ends, all the time codes should be working. I pray. I pray to RNGesus. There is. I can link your list. There you go. I'll post it in here for you to see. I'm just updating as we go along. Alright, guys, there's 30 of you watching. Only 13 likes. Make Glurm proud. Let's see if we can bump it up to 20 for all the roster views I'm doing. Just remember, the more likes and the more views and all of the sharing, it helps spread it around, and more people get roster reviews. It means longer streams. So it's like a win-win for you guys. Okay. Alright, Palpy, you're farming some fun stuff here, man. Let's have a look. Gas, Republic, Fleet, and GG droids. Okay. I'm not begging for likes, I'm just saying. If you want more roster reviews, then it helps. Chain reaction, exactly. Just the only thing I'm waiting on is endurance and I can ship. Also recycling Ahsoka B1 and Padme. Okay. Oh, relicking, did I say recycling? I can't even spell, man. I can't even read. I'm a noob, guys. I'm terrible at this game sometimes, or reading. I mean, they're both kind of the same thing, right? Okay, so... You shared it? What do you mean you shared it, man? No, as if you actually shared it to me. You're so funny. Oh, no. Literate, man. It's a pet peeve. No, I get it. But it's all about getting it further. Only thing I'm waiting... Yeah, okay. Okay, let's have a look at your Galactic Republic. Okay. So you're going for... I need to read this again, hold on. Gas, Republic, and GG droids. So you already basically have the... It looks like you're going cam first, which is kind of smart, right? Check T's almost done. Cam ready almost. You're gonna need in terms of Zeta, you have one there. Shakti will probably, yeah, she's got hers already. Arc Trooper does not need his. Echo does not need his. So you're basically cam ready. Although you may want to apply these just for GP or just for general use. Okay, Padme team would need bumping up. Qui-Gon's there. Anakin, you'll probably take to Relic for Qui-Gon, right? Qui-Gon's a side farm? Qui-Gon makes sense. Qui-Gon makes sense. The reason being, you're basically farming up his team. The only issue is, and I kind of covered it in the Journey Guide tier list I did a while ago. The only problem with doing Padme is the second you do Qui-Gon in Grand Arena, you just ruin that team. Because there's no reason to ever run Anakin with Qui-Gon. And you'll have nowhere for Padme. But in Territory War, in raids, in Territory Battles, Padme still has a lot of viability. It's just in GAC, she's going to kind of fall off a little bit. But that's for you to work out what you're going to do. Because when you get gas, the clones are going to be free. So also Shakti's going to be free. So you could do Padme, Shakti. And then maybe you could farm up a couple of other Galactic Republic for that team. But that's something for you to kind of decide on. And work out, right? You just got Rex to over 300. Let's have a look. 304. Nice. And we will work it out just in case you don't know. 364 speed. I should probably also be working out for 3v3 as well. It's slightly different. It's just times 1.12 instead. To 340. So decently fast. Decently fast. Especially at your GP bracket, you're gonna be beating, once you get gas, you're gonna be beating a lot of teams with that. Now, in terms of the rest of your roster, CLS is going to Relic. Han's already there. Chewie's already there. Trey is Omicron. What's your Nihilus looking like? The Nihilus is coming out. I'm not gonna lie, that could be beating some powerful stuff for you in Grand Arena, that's for sure. GG Droids is something you said you was working on, so we'll have a look at them. Okay, well, GG's still got a while to go. Unfortunately, even at gear, like, that's gear 11, right? Even gear 11, he's just not going to be doing too much because his offense is based on his health. So the quicker you start him up, the better. But the droids are there, and then that's a TB team. And if you relic them up higher, that's also an ROTE team. If you decide to do ROTE, yeah, I saw that in your comment. I saw that you got demoted. And my advice is don't panic. Just remember, like, you are 2.6 million GP. You currently don't have one of the big Journey Guide characters like Exec, Gas, Jedi Knight Luke, or even a GL. So for where you are in the game, I wouldn't worry. The second you get Gas, the second you then move on and you get someone else, be that Exec, be that Profundity if you go down that route, granted that's crystals and all of that, which you probably don't have access to, or if you go down a GL or anything like that, then the wins will start to come. Like, a roster like this is very much looking like, it looks like you're doing Exec anyway. Yeah, Novelty makes a really good point. You are really close to a lot of teams, and one of the things you'll kind of find out is that there's short-term success in GAC, where you'll kind of blitz it early on and then you'll fall off really quick. And you can fall off to a lot of reasons. You can fall off to modding, you can fall off just to lack of knowledge of the game, you can fall off for loads of reasons. But you get that initial boost, right? For you, you've kind of gone the slow burner. Like, yeah, you might struggle early on, but the second you get Gas, the second you finish CLS, the second you finish some of these teams, Grievous, yeah, all of these teams, and then ideally Exec, ideally a GL. That's what I say after Gas. That's when you're gonna go on that big win streak. And yeah, remember, like Novelty is apparently the wisest person in this chat. You can't win forever, and there's always going to be the rough patches, you know, because it is like, the idea is they want you to win 50%, and if you win anything more than that, over time you're going to increase. If you, like, even if you get demoted this week, as long as you win, say, 6 and if you win 5 and lose 4, you're still going to go up over time. You may get demoted sometimes, but you're still going to be increasing over time. So I wouldn't worry too much. Like, you seem to have a good knowledge of the game. You seem to have good farms going on. That's crazy, I know, right? It's so crazy. Look at Novelty over here. Spitting facts, guys. Amazing. But yeah, I think you're close to being in a good position. At the moment, I just look and I say, okay, if you face a GL, you're gonna be screwed. You're gonna be walled, and that's probably what I'm gonna guess has been happening. But once you get General Skywalker, that does make it harder. But let's, for argument's sake, let's look at teams for 3v3 we have here. Palpatine, Mara Jade. If you farm Mara Jade, like, you don't even need her 7-star. Just gear 11 her, give her really, really fast mods, right? Get her to like 290, 300. Because at your level, you're not going to be going much faster as well, right? Hey, get him over here, Kanji Club. Yeah, Novelty should rename their YouTube account to just Novelty the Wise. Oh my god, okay. Okay. But in 3v3, Vader's a solo team, Help Mara's a duo team, Ewoks, sadly, I don't know, man. Like, funny enough, if you want Ewoks to be really good in 3v3, I say really good with, like, a hint of sarcasm there. you would actually need one of these two. They're actually like the best 3v3. I hate to say it. You can then run Shakti. Eventually you run Shakti and the 2 clones. Then you can run Gas, Pfizer X. Commander Luke, you will unfortunately have to farm up some characters for him. Right? 3PO and Chewie. But you get C3PO from the gas farm, which you've done, and then you get 3PO and Chewie just from farming. So that's something else. That's another 3v3 team. And then Grievous kind of falls off, but you can run the droids with Poggle. So you could do like Poggle lead with the droids. You could even do Newt, Django B1. You could even do Newt and Magna Guard and B1. I mean, you have lots of options. But yeah, you are clearly building for 5v5. It makes sense. Territory Wars 5v5. Grand Arenas 5v5 every other month. Honestly, I would say, like, if you want, like, I'm always going to say it, right? I feel like exec makes sense. Clearly you're going for them. You have a Relic 5 Bosk, you have a Relic Boba Fett. Once you get exec, I would do Starkiller or something like that. Because if you're gonna, yeah, exactly. I was about to say farm Dash for Han Chewie. Or you could even use Beskar Mando if you go an exec. You could use Beskar Mando, Han Chewie as well. And then after that, then you transition. You farm Starkiller. You then have that GL killer, that pseudo GL, let's call them. And then after that, you do your main GL. So you go gas, finish them. You'd go do exec, finish that. Starkiller, which would be a shorter farm than the other two. You would then fill out those teams. Trust me, Palp Mara Jade is incredibly good. You don't even need Starkiller for them to be killing the mid-tier teams. Let's say like the B-tier teams and the below. As long as you can get the train going, as long as you're fast enough, you're going to be killing them. Han Chewie is a great duo in threes. And then you would go for a GL afterwards. And then you have so many options. You could go for basically anyone from this start. That's what I would do. Alternatively, you could go Starkiller, and then if you want to, like, it depends if you want to play the long game or the short game. It depends if you want to rush a GL. After you finish gas, after you finish all of that, if you want to do a GL to stay relevant, quote unquote, in Grand Arena, you could do a GL. But if you want to spend a bit longer and you don't mind losing occasionally, but maybe having a more well-rounded roster, there's always the option of going for Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan, Malik, and then into a GL. But I still think Executor needs to be next after gas, and I still think that you need something, whether that's a GL or whether that's Starkiller. But then all of a sudden you're going to be winning more than you're losing. Just remember, like, it's kind of a pet peeve, right? If that's even a word, you guys are going to be mugging me off in the chat now. One of the issues, right, is the skill-based matching, but not everyone's on an equal playing field because we're all building our own rosters. So there will be days you go up against 3 or 4 GLs, 5 GLs, and you will lose. That's going to happen to all of us, right? But as long as you build a roster that can win 2 out of 3 each week, you should be okay. Hopefully that was somewhat interesting. And then we'll take a look at ships. Yes, you got a decent rebel fleet. The stars aren't really there. You need to really be working on this. But you could come out of this with the exec fleet. You could come out of this with the rebel fleet. Because honestly, you only really need this for a semi-usable rebel fleet. And then negotiator, because you're working on that for gas. Well, exactly. Okay, thank you for submitting. We love it. Okay, guys, on to the next one. Oh, we've got another account. Cool. Of course, we've got another account. I just don't want to say who it is. Okay. It's an alt account, but we're still doing everyone who requests. Okay, what's the time? 21:58. So currently we are averaging about 10 minutes, sometimes longer, about 10 to 15 minutes per roster, which I think is fair enough. That also includes me actually having to type out all of this stuff. Okay. And then I just need to put in one here. Right, 5706. Okay, cool. Alright, let's go in and do this roster. So, oh, sorry about that, guys. I think I did you the other day. I think we did you like 2 streams ago, right at the end. I'm sure you was here when we did it. Find what you want and characters you like. Well, this is the thing, and it's kind of what I always say. There's limits. Like, we all want to, you know, we all want to push to be at the top. But like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, and you probably already know from seeing streamers, from watching videos and all of that. If you don't spend money, you're never gonna be right at the top unless you started playing years and years and years ago, right? You're never gonna, like, even if you don't spend money, regardless of if you're at the top or not, you're not gonna have the newest stuff that comes out. Just a Vader speed check. Okay, we'll take a look in a second. Oh my god, yeah. My brain exploded, man. But my point is, like, that at some point you need to kind of decide, like, how are you gonna have fun? That may be farming certain characters, that may be farming, like, there may be a GL, there may be a faction in the game, there may be something that you really love, be it Starkiller, be it Afra, anything like that. You just need to really work on something, right? And when you get to that point, and when you're working on that, then you'll have fun. I don't know, I'm not really explaining it very well today. My mind is not really working. I'll be honest here, guys. My mind is not really working today. Okay, sweet. Okay. So 5.3, the plan for this account is just unlock Starkiller, filling gaps, then going for JKL, JML, profundity. Interesting. So JMKC at 5 mil GP, Commander Ahsoka unlocked. Yeah, I mean, we already kind of know this account's going to be cracked, right? For an alt account, oh man, this is good. Okay, Starkiller is unlocked. That's kind of huge. I would actually argue higher relic on Beskar Mando. I don't know. I know that he can function. I know some of you guys always disagree with me on this. I'm well aware he can function at lower relics, but I just feel like having that safety net of like R7 minimum is huge. But then there's the argument, but if you take him higher, you either have to have no 6-dot mods, or Cad Bane has to be a higher relic. For example, Relic 8 Bam would need Relic 9 Cad Bane to be faster, but you don't actually need Xanadu Blood. I don't know why I'm circling him, but you don't actually need Xanadu Blood to be faster in order to win mirror matches. You can win without. I have a video on it. It's a little bit more complicated, but once you get the hang of it, it's not too difficult at all. You just need to basic instead of special with Beskar Mando. So you would open up, they mass assist, you survive. Having the higher relic basically guarantees that you always survive. You would then do the cleanse, that would heal up Beskar Mando, and it would not expose, but it would basically get rid of the stealth on Xanadu. You then basic with Beskar Mando's ship, and then, like, the most often thing that happens is they call the assist on Houndstooth. So Houndstooth then cleanses, and Xanadu Blood goes after and calls Beskar Mando to or Razor Crest even to assist, and then that marks them down. It's like one extra turn. There's a little bit of RNG in if they make the cleanse on Houndstooth, but it happens a lot of the time. It's not too difficult. That's just something for general play, right? Not necessarily just today. How to be good one-on-one. You're not wrong. I don't know how I missed that. Comment. Okay, so JML. My question is, what Jedi do you have? Also, Starkiller. Double Omicron. This is such a good Omicron. It really is. Dispel all busts and all enemies. That is really good. That can do a lot of stuff, guys. Okay, and then I want to have Lucky or Jedi for when you get JML. Jolie would need going up. Reverend would need going up. Juhani probably needs working on for Starkiller for the Omicron. Because we all know Starkiller with Juhani's insane. Annoys me how many people in my fleet arena who run Xanadu Blood off the bench. I don't even know what to say there, man. Like, if people do that, I don't know. Xanadu Blood's like the most important ship in that lineup. I would say even ahead of Razor Crest. Razor Crest is very important for marking down, but if you don't have Xanadu Blood, you're not getting contract. Not soon, anyway. I don't know. Whoa, look at that. Thank you so much for the 2 months. I've seen it before you guys. I should have waited for it to come up on the screen. But thank you so much for the 2 months. Look at that. You get a little dancing dinosaur. Yes, let's go. Glum, true live glum. We love to see it. And I think you're the first person to have the new badge as well. Would you love to? Actually, no, you're the second. But man, thank you so much. You're amazing. You're amazing. Guys, look at that. How many of you are gonna become 2 months? I don't know. We'll see. We already kind of looked at speeds. Armor is up here. That's actually kind of nice. Yeah, 300 defense. That's actually really nice. Gives you a little bit more survivability. Okay, we did look at your first account, so we're not going to spend too long on this one. Oh man, do you know what? I see this account and I'm already... Guys, I'm excited. Someone watches the channel. Someone subscribed to the old Glurm and his philosophy, his thinking. I'm excited, guys. Wait until you see this roster. Wait until you see this roster. I don't know what their in-game name is, so we'll have to have a quick look at that. Also, my keyboard just broke, so that's fun. The keys come off. Oh my god, oh my god, guys. I swear, every stream something breaks. Okay, and what's the time now? 22:06. Okay. And in terms of this, what are you farming? Oh man, yes, I love to see it. Now, I wonder what your GP is, because that could be kind of interesting to see, right? We also need to just make sure we put this in 105.30. 105.30, and we need your ally code. No, we need your name. Alright. When you see the time codes later, it's going to be based on YouTube name. It's the easiest way. Alright guys, are you ready to see the best account ever? Oh man, this is insane. I love how you say you're farming Zori. You already have Zori farmed. 7.7 million. What guild is this? What guild is this? Galactic Warriors. Okay, oh my god, that's amazing. I'm amazed, guys. I'm amazed. Look at this. Where we're bound, it doesn't matter. Look at this. So many R9s, so many. Oh my god, this account just makes me amazed. You must have done Zori in the space of a couple of days. You've actually got her modded with potency. That's kind of nice, because she can land, I think it's on this one, if stealthed, inflict healing immunity. If target enemy is exposed, stun them. And if you have the Omicron in Grand Arena and you're not using her with Ray, she's always going to be exposing, so she's always going to be stunning, which is why you mod her for a little bit of potency. It works wonders. Then you have this one, don't worry about that, and then we have the basic, which is obviously what we went over a lot yesterday. Man, that's insane. You're going to be beating so many teams with this. Oh man, I like, if you're wondering, guys, that on the what are you farming is literally Zori. I was like, oh yes, let's go. R8 Ben, double Omicron. Okay, I actually see, okay. Personal preference, maybe not personal preference, but just my view on this, right? I would have done this one instead of this one. If you're going to do any two, I would do Force Dyad, and I'd do this one. This one basically makes the healing immunity unresistible. So if they try and counter you with C, or basically anyone, you're just going to wreck them. Because you're gonna inflict healing immunity for 2 turns. I think it's actually for 4 turns as well. With the Omicron. Then this one is good, right? Ignores protection, but there is a slight issue. If you do this Omicron, you may fall into. Granted, you have a Relic 9 Ray, so I don't think it's going to be an issue for you. Let's take a look at Ray's mods. Because you have Relic 9 Ray, I wouldn't worry too much. I mean, yeah, 12,700. Oh my god, just showing off, man. 210,000. That's insane. But if you don't, this is for general use. If you don't have the best Ray, and you do Ben's Omicron here, against General Skywalker, he does no damage. Remember, guys, flashback to last week, when we did the Sith Raid and we did General Skywalker Phase 1, and I showed you guys how, if they don't do... You just might not have shown up. I'll have a look. I'll have a look for you. We'll skip forward, and what I'll do is I'll skip forward, and I'll put everyone, like, if you don't mind waiting 5 minutes, I'll put everyone in. Everyone who's requested, I'll put the ally codes at least in the list. The only thing we're doing this is General Skywalker won't take any health-based damage until he sits down. So if the thing is with Zori, the way if you have Zori in the team, Ray will lifeblood a second time, and then Whirlwind. So that may cause issues for gas, but if you don't have Zori in there, and you're just using a standard resistance team, Ben literally won't deal damage. And that can make gas easier, but the second gas sits down, he wrecks everyone, aka Ben. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword, is you need a very good Ray, in my opinion, for this to be a very, very strong Omicron. But still, really nice. Let's have a look at the Datacron. I bet you have, oh man, you have 2 Zori ones. Let's see which ones they are. Critically hit again, hunts and critical avoidance. Okay. That's a good one for Ray. Let me see this one. Okay, I'm gonna be real. If you want to reroll, the best one I've found for resistance is actually gonna be it's this one. Whenever resistance allies target another ally with an ability during their turn, they both gain defense max, health max, protection, and offense stacking. This makes a huge difference. Really, man, I love your roster though. I love your roster. Someone who farms Datacrons. Like, where are you in the rankings? Kyber 2, yeah, you're gonna be, like, I'm not even joking. You could easily be high in Kyber 2 with this roster. 7.7 mil. The only problem you're gonna face is, even with all of this, someone could have Jabba, someone could have SLKR, and they could wall you on GLs still. But R9 Starkiller, R9 Malgus, oh my god. Guys, this is quite the roster. Relic 7 Luminara, that's interesting. Man, every day I'm doing your guys' rosters, and I see Luminara, high relics and Omicron, and I'm kind of like, I kind of want that. Incredible. It really is. I love it. What I don't love is this. I just love seeing Young Han at Relic. Man, this is awesome. Let's just check mods and then move on to the next roster. Okay, what's your Mara Jade speed? Yeah, okay, you clearly someone who understands the game. This is cracked, man. And 7th, like I said earlier, 7th is, if you have her, she should be one of the fastest you have. Like, she's one of those characters. Really nice account. So, love to see it. Alright, let's take a short intermission. Right, is that the word? Let's go put everyone's codes in here. I think that's probably going to be the easiest way to do it, right? Okay. And what are you farming? JMK and Starkiller. Okay. Okay, so this one... Why do some of you have, like, the weirdest names? That's actually kind of crazy. Right, ally code. I wish there was a way to automate all of this. I'm not gonna lie, that would be pretty awesome. Jabber is the farm here. So if you don't see your stuff pop up here, it either means you was in an earlier stream, or you just need to put it in for another request and we'll get around to you. Okay, we have another person who I've seen creating some content coming up. I know, another smaller YouTuber, but I've seen some good stuff from them. Oh my god, everyone's requesting at the same time. Okay. I love it when we see people who enjoy every game mode. That's... oh, that should be in here. And then we have... okay, that's you. Alright, Darthraki. Now what I'm actually thinking of doing, guys, is using all the data from roster reviews and doing like some sort of data gaining stuff. Because I'm getting a lot of data based on what you guys are farming, and I feel like it could be very interesting. Because clearly, like, I've done so many rosters at this point that I feel like we could use this data somewhere for like GAC. Even maybe when we do like GAC videos, right? Or team compositions or whatever you want to call it. We could use this data to kind of work out the best teams, because I'm starting to get a general idea of what people actually have farmed up. Alright, give me a second, guys. I can't actually see the chat. I'm currently working on getting this all up and running. Okay, we'll keep this one here from earlier. Okay, this one we're done. Man, I really could do with someone just to release inform me. This is taking so long. Oh my god, guys. This is crazy. Alright, and then YouTube username. Okay. And what do we have next? We've done this account before, but we can do this one again. We don't mind doing that. Okay, ally code, and then okay, we're almost there, guys. We're almost at the end of the list. There's only 8 more that I've got to put in, and then you guys will have my full attention. Oh. Oh, it's Kanji Club. How did I not know Kanji Club was here? Alright, you're on the list. Someone following Reaver. We love to see it, man. We love to see those Reaver farms. Oh my god. It's just taking so long. Alright, let's put this in. Okay. Again, if you don't see yourself on this list, you've either been done before, or you need to request. Don't worry, the stream's gonna be going for a while. We're making good progress today. So you will get seen if you request today. Oh no, this isn't YouTube username. Okay, we'll just have to put in Discord username, unfortunately, here. I'd rather have YouTube just because it's easier for me, but if you guys can't do that, that's okay. Okay, almost there. Right, someone following Ray. Alright, there's the ally code, and cool. What else do we have here, man? Right, 4 more to put, and then you guys have my attention. I would rather do it the other way, but it's okay. Because at least this way you guys have more of an idea, and then I'll try and update it every time I get around to it. Okay. Get this, so many rosters. Yeah, that's fine. Ah, you was on here all along, by the way. So this one can. You might have just we'll keep you in that list in the spot that I put you in. Oh no, sir, because I did see you before, and I know that you have been commenting saying that you've been waiting for ages. So you're not gonna be next, but you'll be in here at some point. You guys don't know who I'm talking about, but it's okay. I'm talking to myself right now because I can't even see the chat. Okay, there we go. What are you farming? Jabba. Lots and lots of people farming Jabba. I love to see it. I think Jabba is a fantastic farm. If only Dreadnought Luke was more accessible, I'd say Jabba would be the best first Galactic Legend. But unfortunately, I don't think that's gonna happen for a while. Unless you spend some time and farm out some core teams, and then maybe, just maybe, he would actually be one of the best. Okay. And there we go. So currently, everyone who has requested is now in the list. Okay, you can all publicly see the list. So now we can go back to just doing roster reviews and having some fun. Oh man, okay, that was a lot longer than I would have liked. So we're doing 22, 21 for this account. Okay. Now I need to find... No, it's not this one. Not this one. Okay, I think it's what, like 93? Or is it 91? There we go. Okay, we're back on track now, guys. We're back on track. Okay. Now, let me put the ally code in, update the time codes, and then we can dive into this 115. Actually, it's low. No, it's 120.44. And Darthraki. I hope I'm saying your name right. Is it Darthraki? I know I've asked you before, but Glurm brains, you know. They don't work properly. Okay, and your in-game username is the same. That's always so useful, man. Because it means I can just copy and paste. Alright, you guys have my full attention. I'm back. Exec into Jabba looks compelling. It sure does. Okay, I guys, sorry, I was not looking at this stuff. I was trying to sort out the spreadsheet there. Working on Dreadnought Luke Rex. Yeah, Oldmoneynewfaces, you are on the list. I've actually put you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're 6 away. Because I wasn't sure where you were. You are later in the list, but I know that you've requested in the past, so I put you in a little bit early, right? There we go. Okay. Hey Glurm, your Starkiller free-to-play account inspired me to make a YouTube channel and post instead of a Starkiller Rush. I posted Dr. Afro Rush. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's go check it out. Let's go check it out. Right, here's the test. If I just type it in, are you gonna be up there? I see it. Okay. Do you know what? I'm not gonna watch it now, but I'm gonna watch that tonight. 100%. Also, I love the arrow on your thumbnail. It looks like you drew it yourself, but it looks awesome. I'm gonna watch that later. Alright, cool. I love the fact that I've inspired someone else to make content. There's not enough content creators for this game. How much longer till Vader speed check? Well, let me take a look for you. You are 4 away, so on average it's 10 minutes per roster, right? So I would recommend like 40 minutes. If you have to go somewhere and come back, that's fine, right? Man, don't even, oh, come on, don't make me want to watch it now. We'll watch it after the stream. I'll watch it after the stream. Man, I love watching content creators, man. Of all different sizes. Like, like I said it the other day, there's a couple that I follow now that have like maybe 50 to 100 subs, and some of them are, wow, amazing. Took a screenshot and drew a red arrow. Nice, it's good, I like it. I like the creativity, man. I like the creativity. Okay, so on this roster today, we are doing Darthraki here, right? Darthraki. Oh my god, I can't speak today, man. Okay, JMK and Starkiller just finished exec requirements. I feel like we've done this recently, but we'll still take a look because we always like to do that. Hey Glurmit, how goes it? Well, today is good, man. I hope you're having a good day. We're just having some fun, doing some roster reviews, and 2 more people have added. Do you know what? We'll add in those people. I'm just gonna write a random number. You guys aren't gonna understand what it means, but that's just for me to remember. Okay, if you're looking at the roster review spreadsheet. Okay, so we're not gonna, on ones where I know I've done them recently, I'm not gonna spend too long because I've recently done them, right? Just filled in the doc again. Color's changed since last time you did it. Well, thank you for filling it in. I'll take a look. Stag, if you have me on Discord, send me a friend request, right? And by the way, I know that I feel really bad because I literally said this the other day, and I said I'd help someone do a farming plan, and I haven't had time to do it yet. But I'll still get around to everyone, right? When I have time. If you want to send me a friend request, I can help you, like with some stuff. Because the more people creating content, the better, right? So we love to see. Okay, let's actually do a roster review here, guys. That's what we're all here to see. So. Okay, so SOK has unlocked. What was it you said on your form? JMK and Starkiller just finished exec requirements. So exec is going to be unlocked. It may even be done. The event hasn't come around yet. Right, so exec's going to be done soon. Starkiller, let's go have a look at your Starkiller farm. Dash is Gear 12. Mara is Relic. Kyle is Gear 12. And Talon is not there yet. Okay, and then in terms of the gas farm, or JMK should I say, it's going to be dependent on your tempo. I remember looking before, you're not that far away. Oh, we do. You got big news that you can show me. Send it in DM. Ah, this is the thing. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. You I'm gonna have to crop that before I show it on the stream because there's like an email address. So give me a second. Let me just crop it and or zoom in enough that you can't actually see. Oh no, it's just you're still gonna see. There we go. There we go. You can't see the email address now. Alright guys, this is what we was talking about earlier. This is the pack that's showing up. So it's 2,000 energy, 3,000 sim tickets, and honestly, it's a fake one ever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm still gonna. I did think that wasn't your name. Oh man. So this is the pack everyone's going crazy about. It looks good. 3,000 sim tickets is crazy. You're not in the free to play, man. I mean, it's a good pack. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna. I wish I had done that now. I wish I had just started all my stuff like now. It's real. No. They're talking about the email that I was talking about. The email is fake. Not the pack. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay. Thank you for sending that because I hadn't actually seen it. Ah, you opened it. I went from level 4 to 20 straight away. Can you? 2 of them. Yeah, no, one of them was old though. One of them's for the Best Commando event. Can you click on the calendar and send them to me? Okay, anyways, guys. JMK's on the way. We've already established that. We need like Mace. Mace deserves an Omicron. If you're gonna relic him for JMK, he deserves one. He's one of the better Omicrons, and he doesn't even. He's not even just for JMK teams. You can use Mace with JML. You can use Mace with Ray. Honestly, any light side character really, you can use Mace Omicron with. He's very powerful in Territory War, especially. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So now's the time to make an alt account if you guys are swinging that way. We love to see it. Alright, let's sorry guys, and I'm a little bit distracted. Yeah, one from web store. Right, okay. The more you know. Thank you, Jar Jar Binks. You are a valued member of the community for telling me that. Also, really cool name. Phasma Omicron, we're not going to do the calculation again, but this is too slow. Aim for about 250. Aim for about 250 is what I'd say. If you're going to apply the Omicron, the 100 speed may seem nice, but trust me, as soon as you get to 250, 260, you're going to be beating much, much stronger teams. The web store packs, yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. Honestly, other than just finishing farms, I don't really think there's much to say. Now, something I do want to comment on. So do you remember we had this conversation on a couple of streams ago? And we was basically saying, like, who is the unaligned force user on a Starkiller team? Is it Visas? Is it Cal? I'm actually starting to think this. If I'm honest, guys, I actually think she's going to be the unaligned force user in a Starkiller team. Now, before I said maybe it's the lead, I don't know. I think you just put her in for her unique and everything else. Because she gives some very good bonuses. So if you're building Starkiller, like, I would even argue low gear with Zetas. I'm going to be trying it out myself anyway. Once I get round to applying a Zeta, I'm going to be trying this out. I think this is the way to go. I think Seer and a Starkiller team. So you do Palpatine, Mara Jade, Seer, Starkiller, and then the Jedi. Because she does gain a lot of bonuses. If we take a look at a kit here, right? Let me find it for you guys. Seer. So her unique, if it were, okay, that's any problem. You're not going to have that unlike, you're going to have the second part of the unique. But at the start of the battle, Seer gains 20% tenacity, 20% max protection, 20% defense. So she's going to gain 20%, 40%, 20% tenacity. Sorry, 40% tenacity, 20% protection, 20% defense. I think she'll be really good in this team. Because there's 3 unaligned force users in the team. Don't worry. It's okay. Yeah, well, we've said before, JTR works really well. Like, in the end, at the moment, the light side unaligned force user is kind of up in the air. Do you go Visas? Do you go JTR? Do you go... Some people say Stick Grey, I think that's a waste. Like, there's a lot of options. I think down the line, Seer might be the one to use. But that depends. Like, her Omicron's currently bugged. Like, when it gets fixed, we'll see. No, I don't think he's going to be that good. I think he's going to be below. Because remember, the new Cal is only Gear 12 unlock. So Gear 12 characters, not Relic. And it's clearly aimed towards newer players, right? So I don't know. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be Starkiller good. Starkiller's in a whole tier above him. In terms of the whole journey guide, let's be real. So no, I think he's been good, but don't get your hopes up thinking he's going to be like this god tier character, because he probably won't be. I think he's going to be like a middle of the pack. He has TB Omicron, yes. Now, if I'm right in my thinking that we're going to see a new character drop with him as a required character, because obviously we're getting a whole new planet soon, then maybe that character is like Reaver level, like insane. Anyway, that's all I wanted to comment on, was the whole maybe, even at low stars. Okay, so looking at the rest of the roster, I mean, we've already kind of gone over it. I don't want to spend too long here, which I'm sure you can understand. I just think the JMK farm's coming along. You're not that far away. Starkiller's not that far away. Once you get both of them, you're in a pretty good position. Exec, Starkiller, JMK. I think your only problem is going to be, I don't know if you have Commander Ahsoka. Nice. You need to work on that for Proving Grounds. Is next marquee going to be? No. He's gonna, like, they said his ship, you know, the ship from the game, is gonna be coming, right? They basically hinted at it. They said the ship's having like some work done or something. So expect him to come, but I don't think he's gonna be here yet. But he will come at some point. When, I don't really know. That's kind of the downside here, right? Okay, guys, on to the next roster at hand. Okay, we have... Okay, this is the longest name I've ever seen. Do people just, like, go for weird YouTube names? Okay, what's the time on the stream? 1:34. $42. Okay, and then let's just put you on here as well. 22:36. Okay, so this account is farming Jabba. Sweet. Okay. Still waiting for Red 5 one day. You probably had to claim... Maybe they were not claimable together. I don't know. Sometimes they do that. It's like with the cow pack that we've got, the free cow pack. There was one you got just through the game, and there was one you got through the web store, but they were the same pack. Alright guys, Jabba is the farm. Sphere of C unlocks with 4 million GP. Proving Grounds and Conquest will be farmable. I just think you get Jabba, your account suddenly looks so much stronger. Let's be real. At this point, I'd take anything to make Home 1 usable. And I know what you mean. Home 1 is really fallen off, but it serves its purpose early game. Yeah, we need a Rebel Geo. We'll get one eventually. Don't worry, guys. We'll get a Rebel Geo. Maybe, I don't know. Hey Darthraki, we just did your roster. You can rewind a little bit. Well, yeah, I haven't even farmed Kyle's ship. I'm holding it off until it's needed for something. I just don't really see a point in it. I'm gonna be real. Like it's good-ish. It's good early game. I know there's a video on that out there in the wild, but it's not really the best thing ever. Let's be real. Early game fleet, Rebels, Empire. I think Empire. I'm gonna sit here now. I'm gonna die on this hill and say Empire is the best fleet to farm early game. 100%. Especially with Iden's ship being such an early node, and Iden being an early node, it just makes it even easier. Yeah, Empire. Trust me, you can literally just farm Iden's ship and you'll beat everything. As long as you take Iden up to like gear 11. Gearing isn't even the issue anymore for characters. You made it a goal to have every ship farmed. No, that's good. That's good. Don't be like me where you have like 3 or 4 ships missing, because then when you come around to needing them farmed, it's just not possible. Every new character needs Crowers. Like, just to show you guys the gear for Iden, right? She's worth it. Like, her team doesn't require as much gear as she does, right? This is Iden's full tier gear list. Also, I need to log back in because I got ads. Ugh. Okay. That's better. No more ads. Okay. There we go. So, Iden... So, no Crowers yet. No Crowers yet. No Crowers yet. Obviously. Alright, Gear 7, still none. Gear 8, 1. Gear 9, none. Gear 10, 2. Gear 11. This is where you need to get her. So you need 3 Crowers to get her to Gear 11. Gear 11 is when you get the ability for the fleet. So yeah, that's tough, but I don't think it's out of the question. I don't think it's as bad as it could be. I'm not saying it's good, but it's not awful. There's worse, trust me. There's some way you have like 5 or 6 before you get to gear 10. And then obviously you need 1 here. Everyone needs 100. So you need, what is this? 50, 100, 150. You basically need 300 combined. Just passively do it, right? I'm not saying do it straight away. I'm just saying passively. Trust me, Iden's a fantastic character. And her ship at Gear 11, the stun and everything with Empire, you're going to have a fun time. Trust me. It's the way to go. It is, but I'm not saying you have to have her Gear 11 in like a month. I'm saying as a first character to take to Gear 11, like one of the first intensive characters, she should be the one. And the ship's still going to be usable without, you know, her being super high gear, but I would still say Iden ship, Empire. Like, in terms of fleets you can get early game, let's use this account as an example, right? It's not really the best because it's 4 million, but in terms of Empire, this is easily accessible. This is very early node, easily accessible. This one, you'll want to be farming anyway because it's required for 2 characters, C, and it's also required for Executor. This, you're basically going to be farming anyway through Fleet. So you basically, you know, you could run this, this, and this, and then just a Tire Defender reinforcement, and you would be fine with the Executrix. And eventually Chimera. Like, this is, I don't think there's an early game fleet that's going to be better. Now, I have seen some videos, I think it was, I can't remember who posted it actually. But I did see a video a few weeks ago showcasing, you don't even know it unlocked, but the Kyle ship, and showing that is really good for fleet early on. But I still think Empire, I just think, yeah, there's some Crowers, don't get me wrong, there's tough. But if you set your resources and you know it's coming and you prepare, the rest of the gear is not a problem, you know? You don't have to have it done straight away. Set yourself a goal, 3 or 4 months. Get her done. When she's up and running, oh my god, you're going to be looking really, really good, you know? And the other thing is, everyone should be aiming to be able to compete in assault battles. And that in itself, every month, if you can do, like, how many assault battles do we have right now? Let's take a quick look. Assault battles will go. Okay, so right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you do each one every single month at Challenge Tier 1, you're looking at 70 of each cryo a month. So that's what? Just over 1 cryotech a month passively. And in terms of the ones that are easily doable, believe it or not, this one Gear 8, Gear 9, you can do Challenge Tier 1. This one, you're looking... This one's in... what's this one? I want to say it's... What is this one? It's Empire and Droids, yeah. The Troopers does this one pretty easily. This one is Jedi. This one's... Challenge Tier 1's not too bad, but it's not the easiest. This one is Rebels and Clone Troopers. This one is what we just looked at. Oops. This one is First Order and Sith. Bounty Hunters and Imperial Troopers. And then this one is Phoenix and Night Sisters. So the ones you're going to struggle on is this one at the moment. Without relics, you're probably not going to do this one. So cross this one off the list. This one, Imperial Troopers. That's going to be your best bet for Challenge Tier 1. This one, Sith is the easiest. And you can do like Challenge Tier 3 on this one with like Gear 11 characters. I think you only need like 1 or 2 relics. You do like Malik, Bastard Fallen, Palpatine lead, Vader and Nihilus, and it's dead easy. The only bit that gets a bit difficult is the last tier. So it might take a few resets, but it's not too bad. Palpatine basically kills everyone with his passive. And I was testing the other day if you have Iden, but you can. This is Viz, but you can use Iden. There's a form you can see. I'll link it in a second. But I tried it out with Talon, and Talon actually makes it even easier. Alright, this one, Rebel Clone Troopers, CLS does this one pretty easily. Again, you don't need high gear, like Gear 11, Gear 12. This one, and they're older characters. This one is Jedi. Jedi's a little bit harder, but if you're a Jedi Knight Revenant, it's not too bad. Otherwise, you are going to struggle. This one, Empire, so Imperial Troopers get used again. This one, we've already said Inquisitorius and Tuscans, but Inquisitors make this, like, it's not that hard. Like, you can do it at Gear 8, Gear 9. So, all I'm saying, yeah, the Night Sister one's dumb. Like, I can't even beat Challenge Tier 3. I know that some people beat it with a Relic 9 Daka. I wonder if Mary will make it easier, but yeah, it's just a really dumb one. But if you can aim to have those 6, right? Those 6 other assault battles, and you aim to do Challenge Tier 1, that's 1 cryo attack a month for free. So yeah, it might take some gear to get there, but once you get there, you know, in a year, that's what, 10? No, more. Hold on, I'm blind. It's 6. No, it's 1 times 12, so you're looking at 12 cryo attack a year, but it's actually probably more. It's closer to 15. It adds up. It adds up, guys. Like that could be saved for relics if you're endgame. That could be just saved for unlocking characters. Like it doesn't seem like a lot, but passively it's more than nothing. I don't think enough people put enough emphasis on how important they are. So for early game players, I think that's the play. Yeah, that happens. People will have low gear. Don't worry about it. Glurmit, can you remove me from the list of roster reviews because some private things came in between now? Okay, that's fine. Thank you for telling me. I hope everything turns out okay. Let me find you on the list. To be fair, you are near the end. What I'll do is I'll highlight you, and when you come back and want one, we'll do you first. Okay? That's the easiest way to do it. That's the fairest way to do it. Okay, so hopefully that was somewhat of an interesting take there, right? But I think Jabba would be good fun. Alright, let's move on to the next roster. Okay, next we are doing this one here. We spent a long time on that roster. Well, actually, we're still spending about the same time each time. That's not too bad. Okay, on to the next roster. Guys, we do actually have a spreadsheet today, so you guys can keep on track with where you are on the list. I haven't updated it. There's been about 5 more come in. I haven't completely updated it. But when I get around to the next 5 or 6, we'll add more on. The stream will be going for probably another 5-6 hours, maybe less. I don't really like giving a time limit. Just because when I get tired, you know? But we're doing well right now, so we'll keep plugging away. At 147.54. And we are time coding the stream for a change, so you should actually be able to do it all from there. Okay. We're on this roster here. Was this the Alico we just put in? It is. This is the roster I was telling you guys about a second ago. This guy makes some content. They make some good stuff, to be fair. I have seen it pop up on my feed a few times. So it's worth checking out their channel. In fact, you know what? I'll post a link to their channel in here for you guys to go check out. I can't find it now. This is kind of... Okay, hold on. I know they have a channel. Ah, that's why it's the tags, or it's a different... I remember seeing them. Okay, hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let's get this up and running. Or not. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. I'm sure I've seen this person before. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure I've seen him, I just can't get it to pop up now. How many are away? Let me see. You are about 5 or 6. If you guys, if you need to leave and come back, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, everyone's gonna get done. I don't like rushing people, so it does take a little bit longer. Maybe this isn't there. There is definitely someone with a similar name who does YouTube videos, but I can't remember who. Now I feel really bad. I'm sure it's this one. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Anyway, let's jump in and go have a look at this account. Okay, so finishing Kylo, going for Malik. Okay, you're not that far away. I was about to say, if you didn't have finalizer, I would have done it the other way around. But you're not far away. Okay, so done. Needs to be done. Okay, so you're about, what, two months max away from Kylo? And then Malik sounds good. You have Qui-Gon Omicron. So you want him at Relic. It's worth it, right? Anakin at Relic is worth the side tour. Look at this, trying to give me the Zeta bundle. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. I don't want your Zeta bundle. Not today. Anyway. Okay, let's get the ally code back. Have a look here. Okay. Yes, some good Omicrons. Phasma, Traya, Zam, Qui-Gon, TIE Pilot. But I feel like you really need something after Kylo. Malik would be good. Nihilus is looking good. Honestly, like... You'll want to relic these. Don't get me wrong, you'll want to relic Traya, Nihilus and all that, but Gear 12 is fine to begin with. To begin with, Gear 12 is perfectly fine. Now, what's this? We'll go news. Known issue. Oh. There was a limit by accident, apparently. The more you know. Alright, so guys, I was reading something in the news section. Okay, Iden's here. I honestly think Iden's worth. I just think Iden's need. I think Iden's worth it for every account. I'm gonna be real. I think Iden is honestly like top 5 early game farm. Personally, I just think she's too good. I want to, like, now I've got her 7 stars finally, I'm going to be using her in some of the assault battles. I haven't been able to. I know it's probably old news, but I at least want to see for myself. I feel like she would be good because she's always gonna go first. So like, I feel like that could be really, really useful. Possibly even for doing it with lower gears, I don't know. Right. I'm just thinking here. CLS team maybe worth investing in. What do you have here? Commander Luke, Chewie, Han, 3PO and Chewie. Okay, that's fine. Even at gear 11. Oh, no, tell me about it. I wish he did it for me as well, you know? Of all the new characters that have come out in the last, like, 2 or 3 years, for me, the 2 that are, like, the must-haves, that you don't even need at high stars, just for gear 11, is Iden and Mara Jade. For me, those are the 2 best characters that they've released in the last 2 years, easily. Because they're just complete game changers, both of those characters. And they both have fantastic Omicrons as well. So for me, those are the 2 characters everyone should have. Granted, I am not saying don't take Mara, don't take Iden to Relic, but I'm just saying as a new player, you can gear 11 them, even gear 8, gear 9, gear 10 them. Iden ideally wants higher because of the fleet. But you can leave them at low gear, low stars, and they're perfectly fine. Just farm them up. Just have them accessible. Have them Zated, have them Omicroned if you can. Man, you're going to be having a fun time. Those 2 characters are too good. Honestly. They're insane. But then again, I would argue in the last year or so, the characters we're getting are so free-to-play friendly. Like, the characters we're getting nowadays are just so good. But it's kind of I want to say catch-22, if that's the phrase. I don't even know, guys. Because the issue you see is, yes, Iden is these characters are needed, right? And they're good, and they boost factions, but then what they do is they make you level up tunes you never would have invested in. For example, Unaligned Force Shooters. Seer, she may turn out to be good when her lead is not bugged. And then all of a sudden, you've got to invest in Cal, you've got to invest in all of these characters you may or may not have. Granted, this may not be an issue for higher end rosters, but for the lower ones, to make use, you do have to farm other characters. But then we all say, but then, you know, it's low gear, but then gear is still gear. It's an interesting way around it. Okay, let's stop going on so many random things here. Okay, guys. Okay, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say other than that. I feel like your roster is pretty good. I would say maybe, again, work on some assault battle teams. I think they're severely underrated. You don't have to beat Challenge Tier 2 or 3. Challenge Tier 1 is where the money's made. The Cryotechs, the Zetas. Again, we didn't even cover this earlier, guys. If you're beating at least the 6, ignore Night Sisters, but if you're beating at least the 6 other ones every single month, that's going to be 12 Zeta mats a month for free. That's almost half a Zeta. Almost over half a Zeta for free. Given to you. Just for logging in each day. It's worth doing. Like, honestly, and then as they add more and more, it'll just become more and more efficient. Yes, I know it's more teams, more farms, but it's something to think about. And if you can find teams that work in 2 of them, they're even better. Because then that's 2 assault battles you do instead of 1. Alright, let's move on to the next roster, guys. Alright. Sorry for the yawn there, guys. It's been a long day, I'll tell you that. Okay. Nope. It's this. And this is what their name is, right? There we go. And what time are we starting this roster review? 22:59. Okay. And I just want to quickly put in the in-game name because I did miss that a second ago. Oh, I put in the wrong thing there. Alright, let's just put this in. Okay, cool. Now let's go do this one here. Right, 8 million GP. So let me just make sure that we put it in here first. $159.25. Okay, cool. Just got GI? Yeah, I see. I see. Okay, so you've just got GI. He's already, I mean, you say just, he's relegated. That's kind of crazy, man. Worth it. Let's just see your Inquisitors first. All R7, R8 GI. And you've done the lead. The other Omicron that is a good one is this one. I think it's ready to die. Yeah, because this one's just an Omega. Yeah, this one's also worth applying. His unique's okay, I don't know if I'd apply it, but these two. Okay, so you've got modded offense and defense. 288. Now let me see if I can find, because I don't really want to do this just off the top of my head. I want to use a resource to make this easier. Okay. Okay, this is a good one we can use. Okay, let's take a look at this. So, this is kind of a general. Do you mean just do the special and use the special under Reaver lead? Well, the only thing is, I don't know if you saw yesterday, we messed around and we beat Reaver consistently without a Geo, like at all. Yeah, like, guys, I got a video on it. And someone, I've had a discussion. I don't think it's going to win in Grand Arena because of Deathmark from Reaver lead. But I think in Territory War, I think it wins hands down. At least for the next 3 months. Whether, like, once the datacons are gone, we'll have to look at it again, but there's obviously datacons on both sides, right? And believe it or not, the only thing I think that would stop it, because let's just take a second and go back to the game real quick. If you look at the abilities, the lead in Territory War, when the enemies have 6 stacks of Purge, you can ignore Taunt. And they regain it at the end of their turn. So they're always losing Purge and regaining. So they're always at 6 stacks. So you're always ignoring Taunt. This one, I need to double check what this one does. Give me a second here, guys. I don't want to give you the wrong information. Grand Inquisitor. Okay. So the special, first time all enemies reach 6 stacks of Purge, the ability's cooldown is reset. If the ability has not defeated an enemy, If the target enemy has 6 stacks of Purge and is not a Jedi, inflict buff immunity for 1 turn, which can't be dispelled, copied, or evaded. If the target enemy has 6 stacks, instantly defeat them if they're a Jedi. Now, this one doesn't make a difference to the counter that I've made, because they're not a Jedi, so they're not going to be instantly defeated. The buff immunity, you will take turns quick enough for that to go. The unique, again, is very Jedi orientated. Whenever Jedi enemies with Purge gain protection up, they take damage equal to 25% of their max health. This damage can't defeat enemies. If an enemy with 6 stacks of Purge were to reduce Grand Inquisitor's health to 1%, he recovers all health and protection. Limit once per enemy. So the unique here could actually be quite good for slowing it down. You would just have to leave him till later. But the only one that would cause issues to the counter is this, the Ignore Taunt. But then you wouldn't be using Reaver Lead. So yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. No, I know. The other thing you got to remember is you're gonna be using Grand Inquisitor without Reaver likely for 4, 5, 6, maybe even 8 months for a lot of guilds who are doing ROTE. And in that time, is it really worth wasting a good lead? His lead is good. His Omicron is good. But yeah, I feel like it will be interesting. Reaver's lead is very good, don't get me wrong. You're not going to use Grand Inquisitor anywhere else outside of Territory War. We can compare the lead here. Inquisitorius gain 40% max health, 20% offense, 30 speed, immune to stun. Oh, they are immune to stun anyway. Fair enough. I didn't even read that part of the kit. At the start of the encounter, whenever an Inquisitorius ally is defeated or defeats an enemy, all enemies inflicted with 5 stacks of Purge. First encounter, which can't be resisted. Inquisitorius allies always score critical hits available. Whenever an enemy recovers protection against protection up, all enemies lose 2% defense stacking first the encounter. It's still very good, don't get me wrong. I just don't know. I just don't know. We'll see. I feel like Grand Inquisitor's lead is still better in Territory War. Hot take. We'll see over time. You can only get 1 pack for an account. I tried out 2 accounts. Fair enough. Well, thank you for investigating this. So back to this. Okay. So you're gonna want 7th Sister to be the fastest. 330 is what they recommend here, right? I feel like you should be going faster than this, but 7th Sister fastest, 8th brother 2nd, 5th brother 3rd. You want 5th brother to be just before 8th, Grand Inquisitor to be the 4th, and then 9th Sister to be the slowest. It then gives modding options here, but for the most part the speeds are the main thing. You want 7th to be the fastest. And the most important thing is, do not mod for health. At all. Do not mod for health. Lead for Reaver mission. It's Grand Inquisitor, no? Or am I just being dumb? Let me see. Yeah, you see Grand Inquisitor lead. For a second then I was doubting myself. Why no health? Because they're applying thermal detonators. Thermal detonators deal damage based on max health. So if you mod for health, you're gonna die quicker. You want to mod for protection. You want more protection than you want health. There's a pack for new players in the store. That's what they're talking about. So yeah, mod for protection, mod for fast speed. Yeah, please send it and I'll take a look. That'd be really helpful. Okay, let's carry on with the rest of you here. You keep forgetting how do thermal detonators work. I'll show you. That's a good question. Don't ever apologize about these things. Deals damage when timer expires. Character loses a variable amount of health after a specified number of turns. Basically, that's the mechanics. But basically, it's going to deal damage based on max health. That's basically the answer. Okay. For some reason, your image never sent properly. It's so weird. I only got half of it. Damn, hot utils. Black line for especially. I said about that earlier. There's someone who had to leave for personal reasons. So if we get to their roster, when they come back at whatever time, then we'll just uncheck it and then they can go. Because they've asked to basically be held till next stream. I don't know. I'm sure there is, but I don't know if there is a specific one or not. But good question. Okay, so what else was there on this request? I think it was just Grand Inquisitor, no? That's what you was mainly asking. Jabba and top-ups. Okay, let's have a look at Jabba. So, you are 8. Okay, this is intriguing. I'm curious. How do you... You're 8 million GP with 1 GL, no? Or am I blind? Yeah. I feel like you need more GLs. I also feel like Luke needs to go higher Relic. Like, Relic 8, Relic 9. You clearly have access because you got Profundity. There we go, Sent. Guys, this is the modding, if you guys are interested. So we have 7th down here. And they are 365. Protection, protection, protection. We then have 5th brother here, 349. Again, protection, 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 protection. We then have 9th sister, who's the slowest. We have 8th. You've actually got your 5th faster than 8th. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. And then Grand Inquisitor's here. He should be the basically what you want is 7th, then either 5th or 8th, then Grand Inquisitor, then 9th last. That's all you're really going for. You just bought KOTOR. Well, have a good day / evening. I assume if you just got back from the doctor, you're in the US, but have a good evening, like tonight, playing some KOTOR. Man, KOTOR is a good game, man. I love it. Although I always try and do like themed playthroughs where I always do like the bad choices or whatever, and it makes me feel so guilty. No need. More counters. Not GLs? What do you mean? Why would you not want more GLs? What division are you in anyway? You're in Chromium 2. I'm gonna be real, you're 8 million GP. Your account's clearly very old because of the gear levels down here. I just feel like you're gonna be so close to a lot of GLs, you know? I don't know why you wouldn't. Maybe you have a reason, but I don't know why you wouldn't go for them. You have Profundity, you have Executor. I don't know why you wouldn't go for another GL. You said you're going for Jabba, that makes sense. But I don't know. It's not like you would be too far away. But if you want to farm other counters, you can do that as well. I'm very curious where most of your GP is actually coming from. Because for 8 million GP, it must be fleets. You must have all the ships. Yeah, that must be where your GP is coming from. No, I wouldn't say bloated. I don't know. See, the thing is, you can, like... You're gonna do Jabba anyway, right? You could easily pick, like, a big character. Like, I don't know why. I wouldn't do this, personally. Like, low gear Omicrons. You could pick a team or a character or something, work towards them, and then that also gives you another team. Have lots of free-to-play accounts. This doesn't have. Close to most, yeah. I don't know. This is a tough one. I really feel like you benefit from more. I mean, you're 8 million GP. But then I do scroll down and I do look, and there are a lot of teams that do need filling out. Jabba makes sense, right? Because you got JKL. Jabba makes a lot of sense from that perspective. I don't know. This is a really tough one to give a detailed explanation for. Okay. Flush for TWTB. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean, you got Starkiller. Maybe just work on gearing him up first. I don't know. This one's really Jabba for mod reward. Yeah, Jabba makes sense for the mod reward, but I just feel like your problem's gonna be 8 million GP. I mean, I don't know if you care about Grand Arena. You're in Chromium. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. But you're just gonna get walled. Like, yes, counters are important, but at some point, you need a lot of mod work. That's fine. Yeah, don't worry about that. That will come with time. But the thing is, a lot of counters are very mod intensive. Fennec on Lord Vader, as an example. JKR on SLKR, as an example. And you're going to get to the point where having GLs is kind of important. Like, early game, not so much. But when you're 8 million, when you're 9 million, I feel like that's what you should be working towards. As they are late game characters and you're working towards a later game. And you've got Grand Inquisitor, that's good. JML, that's good. But he needs higher relics. Commander Ahsoka, so you can do Padme Cat, for example. I just don't know. I feel like you need to work on some later stuff. If I'm completely honest. At least that's what I would do, right? Okay, let's move on to the next roster, because we've been on this one for quite some time. We don't want to spend too long. Otherwise, we'll never get through everyone. Okay. Next up on the list today. Okay. This is the one we were supposed to do from earlier, right? Okay. And what's the time on the stream? At 2:54. Can't be right. Oh no, it's not. 2:17. Yeah, we spent a long time there, Rasta. $49. No, you said you just wanted a Vader speed mod. So we'll just have a look at the Vader speed mod. That's all we're gonna check here. So we'll have a look there. Let me just quickly fill in the time, 23:19. Okay, let's go take a look at your mods on Vader. 289. Wow, why are you flexing? Does Jank even have any non-geo counters for either side? Well, I mean, he has like a couple, right? But they're not really like, how do I describe this? It's not necessarily a case of a one-shot. Like, bounty hunters, if you're fast enough, can two-shot JMK. General Skywalker can beat JMK if there's no Commander Ahsoka. That's like the easiest thing ever. Troopers can beat JMK if there's no Commander Ahsoka. But if you have Commander Ahsoka, all of a sudden things become a lot harder, right? And then it's like, yeah, there's not really a lot. I mean, Dash can win, but you need Commander Ahsoka yourself. There are some instances of Dash just winning with high relics on everyone, but it's a bit RNG dependent. It's Grand Arena only. But yeah, he's kind of the hardest to beat without Galactic Legends. Yeah, that's basically the answer to your question. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. Everyone who's just come along, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I'm not going to get all mods gold just until 5 hours of speed each. Well, can you get a roster review? Submit on the form. We'll try and get through everyone today. We'll go until I get tired. I'm hoping to go till like 4 or 5, so another 5 hours. But there may be a chance that we stop in another 2 or 3. I don't know. We'll go until we can't go anymore. Like always, I want to get through everyone, but I also don't want to give people bad reviews. So we'll go until we get tired. Okay. Yeah, your Vader looks very good. On the terms of the pose, you have offense, crit damage, speed, defense, protection. Yeah, Vader looks good. We had a look at you the other day. You just wanted a Vader mod check, so that's what we're gonna look at for that. Okay, on to the next account. We have Brittle. Okay, and your name in game is the same. And we're going to do you at 23, 22. And I just need to put you in here. Sorry guys, I'm trying to time code everything, so it's taking a little bit longer to switch between rosters today. Also time on is 21, 221.18. Okay, 221.18. There we go. Yeah, there is a wait, but there's a Google form you can submit to on the stream. It's the pinned comment. Just go on there, submit there, and we'll try and get to you. It's the fairest way to do it, right? Everyone has to wait, unfortunately. Okay, so in terms of this roster here, GMO Executor makes sense. I'm taking it Wicket. I mean, hold on, 2.5 million GP. Wampa's done. Let's Hermit Yoda. Not even unlocked. So you're a while away. I feel like Executive first is the play, no? You're pushing JML. I feel like you could do Executor into JML here. Instead of going JML into Executor, because you're still waiting on Hermit Yoda. It depends. Maybe you're just saving all the currency to 7-star him in one go. Savage is a good Omicron. I want to say you've done this for platoons, but I also don't know because you're 2.5 million GP. Let's have a look at your guild real quick. What an interesting name for a guild. Yeah, you just do GOTB. Ewoks. Yeah, I'm a little bit intrigued why you gone for Relic Wicket, unless you just love Ewoks, I don't know. Vicky Wiki, S tier account. I don't know about S tier, but it's close. When you do get JMO, you're in a good spot though. Dreadnought Revan. Is looking good here. What do you mean, what? How many people are there in line? So I'm on 96 and it's 114. In 2.5 hours, we've got through, I want to say 14 or 15. I can actually count. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we've got through 12. So it's probably going to be about another 2 hours to get through everyone else who's in the list at the moment. And I'm not going to lie, anyone who requests after that probably won't get done today. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long we go for. Someone else get a full Relic Ewok team. I mean, the thing is, right? Fair enough. You can come back whatever stream you want to come back in. I don't expect everyone to sit through every single one. But thank you so much for submitting anyway. Actually, that's not true. There's going to be a few people that have already been done. Right? You'll see though, there'll be multiple people that have already asked for one and they'll be trying to do them and we've already done them and then we kind of skip them. That will happen at some point. What you'll find is sometimes with certain teams, you take them up to relics and sort of all of a sudden people panic or they try what works at normal low gear and then they lose and they wonder why. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's OCD and all that, but you have a Relic Wicket, I would at least say to him, you've gone the long road ahead, you know, taking Wickets to Relic, you may as well take them up all the way, you know. Apply the Zeta, but then again, you're still a new account, you don't really have access to that many Zetas. No Zeta's criminal. That's because there's Zeta's missing on like everyone here. Bear with me, guys. Oh, my glasses are digging into my head. GK Mace or Jahani. I mean, GK would be best. Jahani can give you speed. Jahani's a little bit underrated in that team. But I would run. Mace. Yeah. I mean, good question. Good question. I don't know. There's not really too much to say about this account, but it does look good. CLS is your fastest. 303 is decent. Well, eventually, but I kind of feel like if you're 2.5 million and you're like relicking characters in anticipation of a GL, that's the wrong way to go, personally. Because there's a real chance they just don't include it, and then you've just wasted a relic. Like, if you're later game like 8 million and you want to start relicking in anticipation, sure. But if you're low GP, it's not worth the risk. Because if it backfires and they don't do it, you're then stuck with useless characters. Because I mean, let's be real. Anyone can go in their roster. Like I'll go to the bottom of my roster, for example. Oh, I want to dismantle Datacrons. And I can say, oh, yeah, Night Sister Initiate, Ugnaught, any of these, you know, I can say, oh, let's just relic them up. But if it turns out that they're not needed for something, I've wasted so much gear. No gamble, no future. That's true. That's true. But I'm just saying, if you're low GP, don't do it. Don't gamble. Don't gamble. And especially if you're free to play, why would you negatively impact yourself like that? Alright, guys, on to the next roster. Okay, we've got Kyler K. I have seen you comment something. So if you're still here, now's the time to make yourself known. 327. Okay. Let's have a look at you in game, shall we? Okay. Drew went to Vegas on his phone, gambling away like that. I mean, it's fair enough, isn't it? I mean, some people do be like that. Ah, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, you are next, and then I thought we're gonna do someone else after this. I thought to look at the other spreadsheet. So if you're wondering why, the order's a little bit messed up this way. That's my fault. Okay, so random stuff, profundity ready. You have Jabba. 8 million GP, Jabba, JML, JMK, C. Grand Inquisitor. Malgus. That's nice. That's a nice layer. Relicking Ewoks and Mandos for future stuff. Why is everyone relicking Ewoks? You're all on the whole layer train, I can tell. I mean, if you want to take the gamble, sure, but I don't know. Unless you're relicking them for TB, I don't know. Omi Bush. I think she'll be good Omicron once the new raid comes out. And you'll see a lot of value. It may even be needed. Who knows? Who knows? Layer hype? Yeah, but you're assuming that they actually do what you think they're gonna do. I mean, if you want to take them up, sure. I mean, I'm not going to touch my Ewoks. Because if Ewoks aren't needed, after all, it's just so wasted. They're god tier tunes. No. Don't even come at me with it. Don't even come at me with the god tier tunes. Ewoks make me really upset. I don't like them. Sorry guys, I don't mean to yawn so much, guys. I do apologize. Don't worry, we'll stop yawning in a minute. Right, so profundity ready. So profundity, I'm assuming you must have done by now, right? The event. Oh, the event hasn't dropped, has it? The event drops in a couple of days. You're next. Oh, Oldmoneynewfaces. Your mind is numb. Love the new videos. They rock. Really, Mike? Wait, you're talking about the one from today? Look, sometimes. No. I'm saying, like I always say, you can farm stuff to have fun. I'm just saying, sometimes there's fun and there's Ewoks, and I don't know if they're in the same conversation. You love them, fair enough. Introducing Alpha Wicket required for buff layer. Yes. The ones that were supposed to come out today. Oh, that one. Yeah, that one was supposed to come out today. But what happened was I was very busy yesterday and I had to postpone everything by a day, so it's gonna come out tomorrow. When the stream ends, I'm gonna upload and post it. So don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. Expect it in like the next 24 hours. So don't worry. Think of a good one. That is what happened. Yes, I did. When the stream ends, if you're still awake, we can do that. I was baffled by how good Ewoks are. Yeah, I'm right now. I'm shaking by how good the Ewoks are. Do you know what? Mad respect. Ewoks, Omicron, Zated. You never know. You might be beating that boss team that no one ever says. I don't know. You gotta go. Well, thank you for coming to the stream. Have a good evening. I feel so bad for the amount of shade I just threw at Ewoks. Alright. That's true. That's true. Now what about Lobot Relic 9? No, we're not. No one should ever do Lobot Relic 9. I'm assuming there must be one Relic 9, right? One Relic 9 Lobot somewhere in the world. In fact, I haven't even looked lately. What are the Relic 9s that don't exist? Trench, Smuggler Han, Bo-Katan. I'm so surprised no one's taken Bo to Relic 9. I'm going to be honest. And Resistance Pilot is garbage. Oh my god. There's 2 Relic 9 Zoris. I'm jealous about that. 523 Relic 7s. Man, I would have thought there'd be more than that by now. Oh, as if someone's Relic 9 Director Krennic. What is going on with the world today, man? How many young Hans are there now at Relic 9? 9! Oh my god, we was literally the first of 9. There's so many people jumping on the bandwagon. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I know that they did Jawa ages ago, no? Didn't they do, like, Chief Nebbit? I don't know. Yeah, I'm with you. It's just playing the same thing every single time. It's kind of boring, not gonna lie. Okay, where were we before we started going about Ewoks and everyone got upset? We was doing something, right? We was doing something. But I don't know what it was. My mind has gone blank. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, so let's just sing this through. So you're getting Profundity. You're working on random stuff. Well, Ewoks is clearly random stuff. Yeah, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, First Order. It looks like you're gearing them up, but yeah, I would work on them. I'm gonna be honest, 8 million GP, you want Kylo. Kylo's the offensive powerhouse. He's not gonna be doing anything on defense at this level. But when I say that, I've had success with him. He can trip people up if you don't set him often, and he's not seen often enough. Sometimes people get messed up on him. But yeah, I feel like Kylo should be something you think about. You have C. Rey, I think, is out of the question, unless you have Resistance done. Yeah, Rey's out of the question, so I think it's going to be really Kylo. Would be good for your account. You have JML. Maybe, I mean, yeah, you don't have many Relic 8s. Maybe at least bump up JML Jabba. Don't worry about JMK. I don't think he's the best R8 in the world. I mean, he's good, don't get me wrong, but I think there's better. Anyway, we're going to go on to the next roster because we spent a long time on this one. And I am worried about how long we've got to go here, guys. Okay, the next one is Oldmoneynewfaces. We said we would do you. And then we can remove you from this one. There we go. Okay, so what is your name in game? DE Forest. Now, I remember you from a long time ago. 2337. Yeah, we did quite well on. Okay, working on Jedi Knight Luke Rex now. Thinking Executive next. Then maybe JML or Jabba. I can't figure out how far to Relic teams before moving on. Let's take a look. 2.2 million. No problem. Hopefully that was somewhat useful. That's always the main thing we aim for, right? Whenever we do these. Man, the shade thrown in that comment is kind of funny. I don't know. Anyways, let's just let's Guy's in your arena shard? Really? The more you know. Okay, sorry guys, I was just reading something. My mind got distracted. Also, I need to fill in the all the stuff here real quick. What's the time before we do this roster review? 23, 2:38, 40. Okay. 2:38, 40. Okay, there we go. Let's go? Yeah, let's go indeed. Okay, let's go. Let's get this roster going. Alright, so 2.2 million GP. You're filing Jedi Knight Luke. Wampa's done, but what's Hammer Yoda looking like? Okay. Hammer Yoda's not unlocked. Yes, some key relics, Chewie, Han. This is very, this is very, very similar to an account we did literally like 3 or 4 ago. I'm gonna be honest, it's very, very similar. Wicket just called me crying about how you throw a boulder of shade at him. Yeah, well, he can send one. I won't reply. I don't really care for Wicket, man. Not gonna lie, Wicket's just one of those characters where I'm just like, what do I think about this? Okay. How do you get a review? You need to request with the spreadsheet. Not spreadsheet, sorry, the form. There's a Google form you can go on and request there, okay? We'll try and get through as many people as possible, but at some point, I'm going to experience severe burnout and my brain's going to melt. And at that point, I'll probably just end the stream. But everyone will get done at some point. It's the way we always say. If you want to know how close you are, I haven't updated it just yet. We've got 7 more come in since I've updated the main sheet. This is what we're looking at right now. We're on this one. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And all 10 of these are guaranteed to be done. Everyone after that, I don't know. Not yet. Well, most likely, but we'll figure it out as we go along. It just depends on how I feel towards the end. Because it does take a while to get through all of these. Okay, so... yeah, we basically... If you go for Jedi Knight Luke, you're still a while away because of Hoda. Maybe JML or Jabba. Well, Jabba would make more sense than JML, in my opinion, right? I know that they're not accelerated. Like the requirements, but I still think that's the better character to go for. How far to Relic Teens before moving on? That depends. Are you in like a GOTB guild? Are you in a HOF TB guild? Are you in a ROT guild? You need to get one for Hermit almost 1st star, yeah. But you're still going to be a while before 7. You're still a few months away. And granted, you can get everyone ready, get everyone to the relic level for that. Then when you're there, things look a little bit better. You put your stuff in, well, thank you. We'll try our best to get to your roster today. If it's not today, it will definitely be next stream. That's kind of what we normally say. Like, normally if you put it in, you'll at least be seen in the next one. So... we'll try our best. I just don't like to do like 5-minute reviews, call it a day. We like to spend at least 10 minutes per roster. And now everything's been time coded, so if you do have to leave and you come back, you can just look at the stream and you can see, was you reviewed? And if you wasn't, it may still be worth watching highlights of it or clips, because you may learn something about your roster through looking at other people's. After all, when you're looking at other people's rosters, you're not using the rose-tinted glasses that we all have and wear too often. Right? Okay. Okay, guys, so I would work on 3 tree to Relic. I would say Relic 5 for key teams. So, like, CLS team, Relic 5. Jednut Revan, him to Relic 5. His whole team doesn't need to be Relic 5. Jednut Anakin, Relic 7. GK is a Relic 7. Like, it's not so much like individual teams need to be this Relic or that Relic. It's more that certain characters need the Relic. For example, this guy is good at higher relics. I think that's the way to go about it. I mean, if you ever have any wonder, like any doubts, any questions, right? The easiest way for you to kind of work it out is going to swiggle.gg, go on a random character, go on best mods, go to whatever bracket you're in. So, for example, Bronzium. Scroll down and you can see average relic 0, which implies that no one in that bracket even has him. Like, and then if you know the same thing, go to Kyber and then we see the average relic is 6. So you can see that in Kyber there is an argument that he needs to be higher relic, and this is the easiest way to find out if a character is high relics or not. Obviously, there's always different ways to approach it, but from a starting point of view, you find a team and you look, and then you'll see some characters need higher relics than others. Obviously, you need to remember that in the higher brackets, higher tiers, everyone's going to be higher relics anyway. But for the lower tiers, you can really then start to work out. So, for example, let's do exactly the same thing, right? But this time, let's do it with Commander Luke Skywalker. And we go to best mods and we look at Bronzium, relic 4.2. Yeah, it's Kyber and you see he's actually 6.6. So you're basically seeing that around about Relic 5. It's around about where you want to be taking him. What do you think is the best way to get Cam when guilds are moved to RTE? Well, there is no easy way to get Cam. You either need to spend your get free currency or you need to find a guild that does Cam. There's no other way. 13 star in ROTE, that's nice. So if you're doing ROTE, you should be farming teams for ROTE. Taking your CLS team up to Relic 5. Because you want to be participating, right? Otherwise, you know, you could say, oh, but combat missions don't matter in the first sector. Yeah, that may first phase or whatever. That may be true to some extent. And not if you're lower GP, you probably still need the added bonuses. But my argument would be, isn't it just a bit boring just logging in and deploying? Take up 1 or 2 teams and participate. Maybe that's a conversation to have with your guild leader or your territory battle planner. Make sure you know what you need and what you should be investing in. That's kind of what I would argue there, right? I don't know. You have a nice account. It's 2.2 million. You have a nice account. Once you get Jabba, you're laughing. But it's going to take you a while to get there. And I feel like you need something for when you do. What do I recommend you do next? Honestly, I would recommend the same thing to a lot of people. I'm going to go out there and say, you should probably be investing. Like, I'm just looking at your stuff again, working on Jedi. I would say maybe start working on Executor. Yeah, Vader at Relic, yeah, Bosk at Relic, maybe Executor and Jabba, right? Because you're going for Jabba. Oh no, you're good. Yeah, you're good. Jedi, JML or Jabba. So I would say JML or Jabba. Jabba most likely. And then I would say Executor. They should be your 2 farms. Yeah, this is. You're on the same thought process as me. For me, I think that makes the most sense. Making that transition towards Executor it would be good for your account, you know. And then you end up with a really good GL, a really good fleet. That's just what I would do, right? But obviously, when you start big farms, guys, don't always just take my advice. Sometimes, you know, watch other YouTubers, put roster reviews in with other people, get a range of ideas. I look at it from one perspective, someone else looks at it from another. And then on top of that, ask your guild leader. Maybe your guild leader has some input they would like. Maybe they would say to you, hey, you know, you've got Bosk Relic 3, can you take into Relic 7 for platoons? Or something like that. So yeah, hopefully that was somewhat interesting and useful, and thank you so much for submitting. I know you was waiting a long time for that. On to the next roster, guys. Oh my days. Alright. We will try our best. I don't know if we're going to get through everyone. The tiredness is seeping in. We'll definitely get through everyone who's currently on the sheet. There may be some people who don't get seen today, but as always, you will be seen at some point, guys. It's just the way it is. Okay, we currently have... Who is this that we're doing this time? Okay, we've already done this one. Oh, we've done this account before. I'll load it up. Let me just double check we've done the account. If we've done it in the last stream or two, I'm not gonna do it today, just to save time. Or have we? I want to say we've done this one. We'll take a quick look, just at the stuff they say, just so that there's, you know, that to show that we've at least had a look. 248.48. Wow, it's almost exactly 10 minutes on our roster. That's kind of fantastic, right? Right. Let's copy this. And what is your username? Just so I can put it in. Bowser27. Okay, so. Starkiller and GSC character. Let's have a look at your Starkiller farm. So, as always, we have Dash, Relic 7. Mara is almost 7-star. Talon is 2-star. Kyle is 5-star. So you got a while before Starkiller. 4.4 million. This is a really good account for this GP. You fell asleep? Oh man, don't tempt me. So we're currently on 98. There's 116 in total. So it may take a while. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 more, and then I'm gonna update the list, and we can see who's left, and I'll decide if the stream carries on today or not. Because we're already almost at 3 hours for the stream, which is a long time. I mean, we could go for longer, but if we do a really long stream today, I may have to take like a 5-minute break in between. I'm happy to do another, you know, get everyone done, but I'll have to take a 5-minute break at some point. Okay, anyway, we're here to do reviews, right? So, yeah, I had a look at this account the other day. You're still far away from Starkiller. I don't really know what else to say, like... When you request this close together, like I think it was literally last stream or the one before I did you. I remember looking at your account, but we can still take a look. Profundity's done. Grievous team. Yeah, who's missing here? Who's missing? Someone's missing. Jordica. Jordica's missing. Worth it because of the Omicron now. Right, Starkin is coming. You're gonna need to prep the team, and in order to do that, you're gonna need certain characters up and running. You know, you need the dark side online force user, light side online force user. You then obviously need Starkiller himself, Palpatine Marajade. That's what you're basically looking for. Inquisitors could be a good farm. At some point, it's just a matter of when. You're only 4.6 mil. You do have Profundity. Gas C. C is your 1 GO. You may struggle a little bit, but with Profundity and Exec, you should be able to cope there. What should a 2.2 million GP account use Conquest Kiss on? There's a lot of options. You could buy the Gear 12 pieces that could speed up your progress, or you could save it and spend it on character shards. Problem is, you'll never unlock a character early on, even if you buy the shards. It just depends. Like, I don't really know. I would say maybe Gear, but I think there's an argument for and against. But good question. Yeah, you have 100 Amalga. I thought you left. You're back. You have 100 Malgus shards? Nice. Well, Malgus is going to be in Proving Grounds very, very soon. Just some tickets. I mean, yeah, it does add up. It does add up. So, I mean, you can do it that way, but you're still going to be a while. You're back? Yeah. I can't believe it. You're back. The world is a better place when you're back. Is Reaver still worth it if your guild is lax towards getting her? Look, in terms of characters right now, Reaver is probably the best character in the game. Right? Hands down. Like, she's probably the best character in the game. Like, I know I've said this and some other characters are up there recently, but in terms of just general gameplay, Reaver's #1. And yes, she's hard to get. She's basically, like, you could argue that she's more or less just a GL in herself, right? She takes months and months and months to unlock. She takes a journey guide event that, till now, has been just backwards and forwards. It hasn't necessarily stayed. And she takes so many cryo-attacks. And her gear alone takes so many. And I know a lot of people are now, you know, doing GL comparisons based on cryo-attacks alone. So, you know, we look at her gear levels, or best gear even. She requires 700 cryo attacks just for her. Like, she's a hard gear. She's hard to unlock. And if your guild's not working towards her, you're not going to get her very soon. I don't think that means you shouldn't be working towards her. And I think what you mean is, should you be working on Grand Inquisitor? My answer is yes. You may, I mean, you may decide to eventually move guild. I'm not saying you should, but then if you ever decide to do that, you want to have them ready. Okay. I actually have a quick question. What order would you gear Inquisitors in? I'm going to start on the gear soon and want to get the most out of a team during the farm as I can. Okay, very good question. That is a really, really good question. Let's take a look at this roster, for example. Okay, so here's my take on it. The best of the Inquisitors is 9th, 5th, and 7th. If you have the TIE Interceptor, 2nd should be your first gear. To gear 12 minimum, right? Gear 12, and then you can leave them if you want. After you've done that, I would do 9th, right? 9th or 7th, and then 5th. Because you can run 5th Brother lead, 9th, 7th in 3s, that's good. You can also run it on defense in 3s, that's good. In 5s, as long as you're going against a team that doesn't AoE or do any, like avoiding taunt, you're also going to be beating teams just with this lineup here. 8th is decent, 2nd is honestly average. But if you have Lord Vader, these two. So if you have Lord Vader, do these two first, because you can then put these with Lord Vader. If you don't have him or your early game, then again, I would do 7th and 9th first. I don't think the order matters too much. Then I'll do 5th. Then I'll come back and do 8th and 2nd. But 2nd is good for the fleet. So if you have her ship, gear 12. That's what I'd argue here. I mean, for 30k crystals, I mean, you could save them for Executor, you could save them for Profundity down the line. You could just save them and refresh every day. You could just make some insane progress, you know, 3 to 5 mod refreshes a day with that amount of crystals. Yeah. Because you can use 9th and 7th for Lord Vader. And let me just show you real quick. Okay, hold on. I know we're going on a bit of a tangent here, but it's worth it, guys. So, if we go Lord Vader, and we go Royal Guard, and then we put in, where are they? 9th and 7th. Right, it's not really set a lot, but here you go. I think this is all the information you really need. This does have more in there as well. So, let me zoom in so you guys can actually see. JMK 64%, Fennec 0%, SOKR 87, 62, and you're seeing, right, a lot of these are still, like, there's not really many 100%. Fennec can still win. you know. JMK obviously still can win. Relics are a thing at play. But this is the best Lord Vader team you can possibly set with more in there as well. Granted, it's not going to hold every time. You will see there's a lot of 100% as you go down. But when it's seen most commonly, it is decent, right? So if you have Lord Vader, these are the two you do first. And then you just use them with him for a long, long time until you get Grand Inquisitor, right? That's what I would do. So yeah, that's what I would do anyway. And don't expect it to stop every counter, because it's not. But that is the best lineup you can run right now. And then these ones just come in later down the line. Second for the ship. You don't need higher than Gear 12. I mean, Gear 12 is... I would say Gear 12 to begin with. I took mine to Relic 7 for the ship. I don't think it made much of a difference. You could have left her at Relic 5. And in terms of the Reaver mission, it's these three, or these four, should I say, not including Second Sister, and then Grand Inquisitor, the other characters you're going for there, right? Okay, so let's go back to the roster review at hand, right? Also, nice to know that you guys find it interesting to look at other accounts. Okay, we've kind of already done this account, so let's move on to the next one, and we've got Kanji Club. Okay. Kanji Club, but you're requesting for a Guild E? Really? Yo, Genjo! Actually making a YouTube account so you can comment. What is this, man? Oh, man. What alternate slots in the Starkiller team for a Jedi and light side online Force user? That is a really, really good point. Let's cover that before we do this. Game crashed. Okay, give me a second, guys. Man, I can't believe Genjo finally got YouTube. The world is moving on today. Okay. Alright, guys. So, man, I'm stoked Genjo is in the chat, guys. Oh man, today's a good day. Alright, so I was gonna quickly comment on this. Let me just make a couple of Starkiller teams here in squads, right? Because I love making different squads. So let's do this for a small section. Also, let's just time code this so that so people can see this when the time comes, okay? I'm very excited to go on a bit of a tangent here. Okay, 2:48. No, that's not right. What is it? It's 3 hours. Oh my god. 3 hours this stream's been going on, guys. Okay. Okay. Let me show you guys. Hey, the boss. Oh my god, everyone's coming today. What is going on, guys? Okay, so here is my take on Starkiller. So this is the most traditional team you're gonna see. Okay? For almost all game modes, this is the team you're gonna see. And then you'll most likely see Visas, and after Visas, you're gonna see a Jedi, right? And most likely it's going to be a tank, because remember, in Grand Arena, he makes the Jedi tank pre-taunt and he gives them damage immunity, which is why you want the tank. Ones you see as Mace, you can also see Old Ben. He's the most... I will put Old Ben in because he's the most commonly seen. Okay? So, that's the most common lineup. Now, I'm going to show you some other lineups you may see and how they change based on game mode. So you have Palpatine, Mara Jade. This is kind of the standard. I kind of feel like there are some instances where you wouldn't run this. You would then see Starkiller, and then you can see, and this one's not really seen too much anymore, but people actually, especially if you're running on defense, people run JTR as the unaligned Force user, and then as the Jedi, you'll still most likely see Mace, right? Because he's not Mace, sorry, Old Ben, because he's the most standard one you're going to see. Now, the reason why you would run this instead... Yeah, exactly. Now, the reason you're most likely going to see JTR here is to stop Grievous. If JTR's here, she applies the healing immunity and Grievous struggles. Not all the time, but it does impact it quite a lot. Old Ben is the most seen, but I don't think he's the best for Grand Arena. for me, I'm always going to live by the team that I use, right? And I'll show you the one that I use, and then you guys can make a judgment. Granted, if you're not high GP, you're probably not going to want to run this, right? But this is what I run. So this is another lineup you can use. Starkiller, and then I use Visas currently, and then my Jedi is actually going to be Kanan. And I know some of you are going to be like, why would you run Kanan? The whole point is in Grand Arena. Serious, not serious. What do you mean? Who said that? Is it me? Did I say serious, not serious? Did I say it wrong? Okay. If I said that wrong, I apologize. I sometimes struggle with speaking. Among other things. Okay, the reason why I think that this is the best lineup for Grand Arena is all because of the unique Omicron. Oh, right. I apologize. I thought you were saying something about me. So if we look at the unique, at the start of the battle, this bit's applied all the time. If there are no Galactic Legend allies, the Starkiller has exactly one Jedi, one Light Side Unknown Force user, one Sith, and one other Dark Side. All allies gain the following bonuses: 100% crit damage and max health, 100% max protection, and 35 speed. They're immune to daze and stun. Now, in Grand Arena, Jedi tanks pre-taunt. All allies get an additional 35 speed. Debuffed enemies deal 50% less damage. This is literally the whole reason why you run Kanan. No, hear me out. Because I run it and it's always successful for me. This is why you run Kanan. It's literally this line right here. Because out of all of the... If we take a look at all of them, yes, you can say Old Ben. Old Ben's going to be debuffing on the special, right? If you look at him, you know, he has ability block, offense down. Yes, he has all of this. But for me, I think Kanan. The reason being, Kanan, he counterattacks. You look at his unique. 70% chance to counter. Whenever he counters, he inflicts offense down. So yeah, firstly, he's always going to be countering. No, he doesn't. I don't think he calls assists. Yeah, it does. It does. So the offense down stacks because it doesn't say that it doesn't. Because there's like, for example, you look at Chrysantin. If we get Chrysantin up here, and you look at his ability, it specifically says that it doesn't stack. If you look at his Dismember, sorry, does not stack. So because it doesn't say that, it does. So for me, like, this is high investment. Don't get me wrong. Also, the mods are terrible. Ignore that. But it's the whole point that he counters every single time they attack. He's going to be countering all the time. And he's always going to be applying offense down. Yes, I know Old Ben can do that on the special. I actually don't know about that. We can take a look at that. Let's take a look at Kanan's stats. I know that Kanan is actually ridiculously powerful, like in terms of stats. He's underrated. Alright, so at gear 13, he has 44,000 base health, 44,500. So 44,600 base max health. Base health? Yeah, that's the one. 44,500 protection. And then if we had a look at... we could... There is another way to do this, actually. Hold on. We could just look at... character stats. This would be so much easier. There we go. Okay, so let's just scroll down until we see someone interesting. Chrysantin, Sith Trooper. Oh yeah, Kanan's here. Yeah, so Kanan has the most max health. Has the most health as well. There you go. So you are right. But look, I get there's other options. No, not everyone. There's a lot of people here. So, look, all I'm saying is he's a pilot. He has uses there. If you want to take him to R8, he's needed for the missions on Lofo. Or Lofo, I can't pronounce it. He has some uses in JML versus Lord Vader, if you want to use him elsewhere. Because he has the Dispel. But the main reason I use him for Starkiller is this. That's literally the reason. I think it's very niche, but you won't use it outside of Grand Arena. And that's kind of the issue. So yeah, this is the standard team. This one's the one that you may see. This one's what I use. Now let's go through a couple more. There's like 3 more lineups and then we'll move on and actually do roster reviews. I think this is worth talking about. So again, Palpatine, Mara Jade, and then we go to Unaligned Force User and you'll see Starkiller. And the next lineup you tend to see, this is the one Arnold runs. And it's actually pretty good. I see some other people run this as well. And they actually run Plo Koon. I don't even have the guy with good mods. I don't use him. And the reason you run this guy, again, is offense down. If you're noticing, guys, a lot of the teams that do really well with Starkiller is ones with offense down. Because deal special damage to enemies, 70% chance to inflict offense down for 3 turns. So that's another lineup some people run, right? Then you have 3v3, right? And we'll still look at them. So 3v3, you have Palpatine. Actually, we're not going to talk about 3v3 today because we're only asking about Jedi and Unaligned Force Users. Okay, other ones you can run. This is a Territorial War one, right? Palpatine, Mara Jade, and again, you're going to see Starkiller come in here. That's all. That's Ben. Starkiller. At the moment, you see Visas. And then, in terms of the Jedi, we actually switch and we use Juhani. And guys, there's no reason why you can't use Juhani in Territorial War, by the way, in GAC. Like, if you want to use her in both places, yeah, I wouldn't use Galactic Republic anyway. Like, so GK works very well in the Starkiller team, but I wouldn't use him. Because he can call assists and it powers up Starkiller quicker. But I wouldn't really run that. I think they're used somewhere else. Juhani, you can use this in Grand Arena as well, but it's not as good as these teams, in my opinion. And then the final one we're going to look at, right, for what you could run, is going to be this. Palpatine, Mara Jade. And then we go to Starkiller again. And honestly, this one, you can kind of use anyone. But the Unaligned Force User, instead of using Visas, you could either use Cal or you could use Seer. But this is still very new. We need more testing around this. No, I don't. I think Cal goes on a raid team. I think we'd see Seer here. But then again, when they got the kits released, I actually thought that Seer would be the lead. Because the first part of her lead wouldn't activate. Or this part would. Actually, her lead's fine. It's so unique. But part of her lead wouldn't activate, but she can be basically in the team somehow. But obviously, Palpatine's most likely going to stay. So that's basically what I think you would end up with. I think you would end up with Seer taking the spot here from Visas. Granted, I think it's important we take time and really test this first before you make drastic decisions. But this is the other team that I think we can see being run. And then, honestly, Jedi Tank doesn't matter. You can use Old Ben. You could use Mace, but he has uses elsewhere. I think the best Jedi Tanks you can run is going to be Kenobi, Juhani, or Kanan. Maybe Plo. That's what I would run anyway. So hopefully that's kind of answered your question. There's a lot of different variables, right? The most used is obviously Old Ben. But I honestly think Kanan is the best in Grand Arena. I also think Juhani, there's no one beating them in Territorial War. The other thing is you may opt to save Old Ben to beat SLKR in a JKO lineup. So he may not even be an option. And the benefit of doing Kanan is you do get the Profundity fleet up as well. Off meta Starkiller, okay. We're just going to have a whole Starkiller segment. Yeah, basically as long as you have the core 3. The others don't really matter too much. That's basically the summary. I mean, they make small changes. Okay, so if we then go and we look... Okay. Say you set your Starkiller on defense in Territorial War, and you don't want Fulcrum to solo you, you would do something like this. So you then drop Palpatine altogether, and you can actually run something like this. And then what else do we need? Jedi and Unaligned Force User Dark. The only problem is I don't know who you would run... Like, I'm not well enough versed with this to know who you'd run as the Unaligned Force User, but you'd basically run something with Traya. Something that I've also seen people run is this, in threes especially. You run the Savage lead, and then you run Starkiller, and then you have the option of running someone else. And honestly, I want to see what this would do. I feel like this could do something. But again, in Freeze you have more options for like different Starkiller teams. You can also run, like if you don't want to do Palpatine lead, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you could also run like Barriss lead as well. Her lead's pretty good. It's going to give Starkiller 10% max health increase. And it's going to give some health back as well. I don't know, there's some options. So yeah, hopefully that was somewhat interesting. I know it just took a billion years to do that. Okay. So yeah, that was, oh my god, that was a long-winded discussion, but hopefully that answered the question. It was a good question for you guys to bring up. Basically the summary is, yeah, you don't really need to worry too much. It's very, very small differences. The only one you need to worry about is Juhani for Territory War. Other than that, don't worry. I mean, I'll die by Kanan, but that's just me. I think he's madly underrated in this game. And like I said, he has uses in catching Lord Vader. Okay. 0, 15. We spent a long time talking about that. Wow. Okay. Let's go do this roster. And okay, we'll put this in. What's the time on the stream now? 3:14. Okay. Guess I'm gonna make Kanan the next solo character I work on. Well, I'm not saying necessarily to drop all your farms and do him. I'm just saying it may be worth thinking about, especially if you go for Profundity, because another pilot, another ship. Your Relic Infinite squad was doing the Profundity going. Yeah, exactly. If that's what you're doing, it makes sense. Trust me. I mean, I have a pretty good success rate in Grand Arena. Kanan does make a difference. Also, sometimes if you go against debuff heavy teams, like some of you remember that really, really risky battle I did a while ago in 3v3, I think it was, where I did like Dooku, Starkiller, Kanan against Maul. And the only reason I lived is because Kanan healed himself from the debuffs. It's the only reason I survived. Okay, let's... You came back perfect time, I know, right? You just missed a really long conversation there. Worth going back and maybe watching at some point. Yeah, that's fair enough. Okay, so 7.4 mil, 1 GL. Crazy roster, to be fair. I mean, there's a lot. It's reasonably bloated, but look at all the Gear 12s, guys. This is when you know you have an older account, because there's not many relics, but there's so many Gear 12s. This is an account that's been around for a while. Okay. Trying to climb a GAC. Just finished Starkiller. Well, the first thing is, do you have a Starkiller farmed? Or a team farmed, shall we say? Not really. I mean, you don't have any online force users usable at all. So maybe that's something you look into. Maybe you even try out the whole Seer thing. As you don't already have one geared up, maybe it's worth just applying that Zeta. You're going to want to apply this one here. Sorry, this one. No, this one's a Zeta, right? One of them's a Zeta, I can't remember which one. I think it's this. Go and apply this and see if she can do something. Obviously not the lead. She's not going to be in the lead. That might be worth trying out. Honestly, I want to say you're in a weird spot. You'll want to invest in more teams. You know, take some of these teams from Gear 12 to Relic, right? Because that's kind of an important thing. But at the same time, I kind of feel like another GL, but The question is who? Because right now you only have C, and C has a big wall he hits, right? Unfortunately. So it's like, where do you go from here? See, in my mind, I think you got to go for something else. You just got Starkiller. You've got C. You got General Skywalker. It's tough. Like, on one hand, I want to say slow down. Exec, yeah, you know what? I kind of count Exec as a GL though. That's kind of included. But yeah, I think Exec is reasonable. Yeah. The only thing I'm thinking, no, Exec, PS Relic 5. Okay, maybe Exec. I was gonna say that it might be closer, just a detour, do like a quicker GL, because I'm sure there's gonna be one or two that, because this account's so big, there's bound to be one or two that you're like 2 months away, and then you do Exec after. But maybe Exec first. JKL, Exec, JML. Well, JKL makes sense. You're basically done, right? As far as I'm aware, you got Rolo and all of that, right? You'll need the relics, but yeah, you're most likely done here. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, if you don't spend money, you do need to account for 10 shards at max. That is true. I just feel like if you go for Jabba, no, not Jabba. I was about to say Jabba, but if you go for Jedi Knight Luke, I feel like Jabba's a good one to go for after, personally. Right? To me, that makes sense. Because the other thing is, I know this account, because obviously, you know why I know this account. And I know that the mods are not in the best shape possible. So going for Jabba would fix mods, and that's kind of where I'm going from here. I feel like going Exec, JKL, Jabba, rather than Exec, JKL, JML. I feel like the added mods would help a lot more. Because that's a lot of 6-dot mods each month. And then it's also the reroll mats as well. You get 60 every cycle it comes around. And that's essentially equivalent of what, like 4 slices? If you do 1 mod each time, that will fix your mods a lot quicker. That's what I would do anyway. I would do JKL Jabba. But the problem is, then you're farming non-accelerated characters, and we all know how annoying that is. But that's just what I would do. It's just Jabba's probably the furthest you're away. Even when you get JKL, you don't have any of this. I don't know, that's what I would do. Honestly, that's what I would do. I just based on the mods alone. JML doesn't fix those mods. And the other thing is, you get Exec can go on defense. But C and JML, both of them are kind of lackluster on defense. Jabba, on the other hand, he's like S tier right now. And will be for a while. So you get that defensive GL. If you want to push up to, you know, Kyber, this account, I would honestly say anyone 7 mil should be pushing towards that end of the spectrum. And if you can get there, Jabba's going to do a lot more for you than JML is. It's tough. It's tough because you're so close to a lot of GLs. But that's what I would do. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next roster here, just to keep everything moving. Thank you for submitting. Hopefully that was somewhat useful. Okay. Cool. We are on to the next roster here. Farming unaccelerated characters is a pain. Understatement. I farm Bad Batch and Afra. I know, it's a pain. It is a pain, but the trade-off can be worth it sometimes, you know? I mean, I wouldn't normally recommend it, but I mean, farming a GL is gonna take a long time anyway, right? Oh my god, I just had a look at the account. That's crazy. Also, what an interesting in-game name. Okay. So you're farming Reaver. It's Sergio. I saw you in the chat earlier. I don't know if you're still here. Let me just go and put you in the old stuff here. What we got? 323. 323. Okay. Hey, you're still here. Man, so, some of you have literally been in this stream for the entire 3.5 hours. That's crazy, man. Yeah, now, Sana was a quick farm. Hondo is a quick farm. Like, Afro, you can easily get done in, like, less than a month, I reckon. Like, if you do a decent amount of refreshes, it's not that hard. Because they're early nodes, and this is what I've been saying when I go on about Zori all the time. Like, before we do... Sergio, we are going to do your... I hope I'm saying your name right. We are going to be doing your roster. I just want to quickly just point something out. I'm just going to show you guys some of the newer characters to be released lately. So, 2A, right? You can easily, for 150 crystals, you could easily do 3 refreshes a day. Again, 2C, same story. For 300 crystals, you could probably do 2 of these at, 3 refreshes a day, because 1 refresh of energy gives you two refreshes of these guys. Iden, early node. The Iden ship, early node. I mean, we can have a look here. I mean, look how easy this is to get. It's an early node, guys. Look, 3B. And also Stuncuss, worth farming, just for that. Other ones. Zori. I know I go on about her a lot. You guys are probably going to be pulling your eyes out the amount I go on about her. But look at the node she's on. 1C. Again, it's 12 energy. These are not hard farms, even unaccelerated. Okay, that is interesting. I like that. So basically you're saying new players make accounts now is the conclusion you come to. I don't know if it's 10... I don't know if it's months. You'd be surprised how good... It's just bad RNG. I mean, you're what... from... Let's say you're averaging, what? 2 or 3 shards per 10. At most, it should take 100 days. But you'll find it takes quicker. If you... like, I don't know. But my point is, all the characters that are coming out now are so early farms, Yeah, they need Cryotex, but the farms themselves aren't bad. Okay, let's go look at this roster. So, Sergio, GAC, Reaver is your farm. 10.6 mil. Oh my god. Relic 9, 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 Relic 9. The more you say Relic 9, the less it sounds like a word. I'm amazed. Okay, so clearly you know what you're doing in terms of relics. Man, I'm loving it. 6 months is the farm time for non-accelerated with no refreshes, yeah. So if you're refreshing 3 times a day, you're looking at what, like 2 months on average? Maybe even less. Because obviously this is all averages. Which isn't that bad. You can do them both at the same time. So 2 months, let's say 2 months at Afra. If you want to start farming her now. And when she's accelerated, you can half that time. It's crazy. Yeah, Zori. Oh, man. I'm in love. I'm in love. Today is a good day. Okay, so you're farming for Reaver. Honestly, like, I'm not going to lie. Your account is kind of Reaver ready already. You've gone for the traditional lineup for the Reaver mission, Third Sister Relic 5. Like I said earlier, I have her at R7. I don't think it makes much of a difference. I'm not going to lie. I don't think it makes any difference at all. Normally a year. So normally a character gets released in marquee packs, and it will take, what, like 4 to 6 weeks, let's say, for them to be put in shipments. And then from being put in shipments, it's another 4 to 6 weeks, and then they're put in the game to farm. Yeah. Well, in the end, averages are averages. But that's pretty interesting. So using the same guild on the same day. So you started to count the same day, got the same guild, and got our first GL the same one on the exact same day. That's pretty crazy. The way averages work. You go on speed arrow, Magus. Interesting. Yeah, it's also kind of funny. It's just under a year as well. That's pretty cool though. That's not bad. And I'm assuming you could probably go quicker if you went down there, right? I'm making a video on that. I might. I don't know. I feel like there's already some out there. I might make one. Ah, but no, actually, that's a fair point because you have actually shown. Yeah, we'll make one. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, I hadn't seen the new stuff you sent me. How many roster reviews am I doing tonight? So currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left here. And in terms of ones I haven't put on the sheet, we've got like another 10. We'll see. I want to say 10, but I'm not sure. Gotta go for real now. Let me know if you like the Afro vid. I'll let you know. I'll make some suggestions for sure. Thank you for sharing it. Did I get hit before I got here? You did, both of them. Unless you've just been chilling here for the entire time you've been... Yeah, it's all time coded. In fact, if I... Okay, hold on. Let's see if this works. Someone can confirm if this works. I'm going to confirm the edits I've made. If you refresh the stream, there should now be time codes. For the ones we've already done. That you should be able to click on. Oh no, they don't work. Is it because the stream's live? It may be because the stream's live, but yeah, the time codes aren't actually working right now. They will work at some point though, guys. So we'll see. Any more suggestions? Gilgam versus... Oh my god. Well, oh man, yeah, you're up against which guild are you in? I didn't even see your guild. Oh, you're in more. Man, I don't even know, man. Like, you're like, imagine where I am, and you're just like 10 stories above me. Let's just take a look. I don't know. Maybe I'll find something. Oh my god. Okay, to begin with, I'm just looking at Kylo. I think Kylo being fast is good. I mean, speed, yeah, 587. 587 is really good. But then obviously you're in more, so 587 is probably like around about where you should be. Lord Vader. I think 560 is a sweet spot with decent protection. What have you actually got on here? Now, okay, this is actually a good point to bring up. So I used to mod my Lord Vader exactly the same. I've recently switched for protection. So I now go protection, 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 protection. I don't bother crit damage anymore. If I'm completely honest. Whether or not that makes a difference, I don't know. JMK, I mean, we don't need to look at every GL, but... Hey, let's look at your non-GLs. I think that's where the money's going to be made here. So Commander Ahsoka's going to have to be fast, right? Yeah, this is fast. Holy. What's that, like 4 or 5? That's pretty crazy, man. 4 or 5 speed. Echo. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, 370. Okay. I'm just wondering. I think he got Zori too fast. If I'm gonna be like, if I'm gonna be really pedantic here. The other thing, okay, this is actually a fair point because you're in a top guild. They require these characters to just be uber fast. I mean, you had 370 Echo, you have 357 here, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of a drop off, right? So you go from 370 to 350 to 320. That's not bad, but I don't know. I feel like Zori doesn't need to be this fast. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like she can get away with being slower. Like maybe 280, 290, maybe 300. I don't think she needs to be super fast. I would actually argue more. I mean, what have we got on more? 307. I think he needs to be faster. Because the thing is, if you have a fast maul, it's going to shut down counters a lot more. I don't know how I didn't even realize you were in maul, man. It's crazy. And what's your tech speed? 293. He gains 1 speed for each. Now, if I'm correct, which I may not be, but I think I am. I know I am. For optimal modding, you're going to want your tech to be 10% slower than Echo, right? And the reason being, if he goes first, 371, he does this. Now, for each buff dispelled, clone troopers gain 10% offense until the end of the next turn, and Bad Batch allies gain 5% turn meter. The only thing is, I'm thinking, your Echo's so quick, right? And the problem is, you could go into certain... I'm trying to think, what battles would you take them into? Basically, what can happen is your tech is, what, almost 300. The problem you're going to face... Alright, hold on. Let me go find a roster to give it an example of. Leaderboard. Okay, let's go look at Fatal. Okay. Alright, hold on, guys. Okay, so this is Fatal's clones. Right? So his Echo is... He must... I don't know, he must be taking mods off of switching or something. I refuse to believe he has 300 speed there. Maybe he just doesn't really use them. Maybe he uses it somewhere else. But notice how the speeds are very specific, right? Let's go look at someone else instead. That wasn't really the best example. I know some people may just switch their mods so no one can scout them before Grand Arena. Let's go find someone else we can look at. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, this is the best example. So 373 on Echo. And then on tech, 304. I feel like maybe you're okay for speed. Maybe you're okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm just looking for stuff that doesn't really exist. But yeah, ideally you want tech to basically be quick enough so that he always goes, because otherwise there's a chance if you go against the wrong team, they're just going to cleanse the daisies, and this is more of a modding issue at higher levels. I don't know. I feel like your Malgus's health's a little bit low. Like, do you not have any health arrows? Like, do you not have any health 25s? I feel like that would benefit you more. Maybe, like, even if you want to go with the speed set or speed arrow, I feel like switching one of these to defense would benefit you. Because we did talk about it earlier. And actually, you know what? Well, give me a second. I'm gonna show you guys a little tool. Right? It's an old tool. I think it may be a little bit out of date, actually. Give me a second, guys. It's an old tool from someone who used to play the game. I don't think they play it anymore. They haven't played it for a while. But it's worth looking at. Okay. So I've already put in the information here for my Malgus. So this was made from Bulldog. Some of you may remember. Used to do some Galaxy of Heroes stuff. A while ago, right? A couple of years ago, they quit. See you later, Jar Jar Binks. I know it's late for a lot of you, so see you later. And the thing that I want to highlight here. So you can use this, you can put in all your information. It doesn't take into account mastery. It also, I don't know if it's completely in date, but it's still, the idea is still the same. So you put in your base armor, you put in your base, calculate your defense, you put in your protection, your health, all of this stuff, right? And no, they were here during Relics. They were here during Relics, 100%. Because their last video was 2 years ago, no? For Swago. Maybe they did quit before Relics. I know that they... the point is, this still stands. It's just, it's a little bit different now because of mastery. But you can work out effective health, right? This is just what I'm going to use, just to show you guys. So you can see, like, what would be best in terms of raw numbers. And you can see that based on this, you can see when you have free health, 3.1. When you start adding in defense sets, it actually goes up, right? And what you'll find is for most characters, the best sets, the best thing you can actually do is you can go, where is it? You go 2 health, 1 defense. This tends to be the best of both worlds. But it's worth looking into. So for example, with Malgus, I'm seeing, I started looking into it because I see a lot of people doing this lately. And I think there is actually a big argument to run 2 health, 1 defense, as long as you hit the 150k health. I think that's the way forward, because it does make a big difference. It's weird, but then you have to account for the whole fact that he does damage based on this. I don't know. I know I'm not really being too much help here with your roster. I mean, you're very, very end game. I'm sure. Look, I'm sure that your guild leaders, right? Dated with Krons. Yeah, that's true. That is true. But the point still stands with the whole calculating defense versus health. I mean, I still think that it makes sense to run 4 health, 2 defense. With Krons, I feel like it's too difficult. I feel like you would need to calculate all of that. But I think the point still stands, right? Because you got to remember, you know, if you have all of that and then you add on, say, 100% defense, it does change things. The other thing is, like, on that example, you can input other, like, additional stat increases. You could just put in the additional defense or whatever you gain from the Kron. Like, you could calculate. I don't know. It's so confusing. But basically, that's what I was just getting to. For you, I think it's just a matter of looking into specific characters. Maybe talking to your guild leader. I don't know. Like, I could sit here and I could spend some time and try and help, but that's going to take a long time. And I don't know how much I could help, if I'm honest. Either way, I don't know, man. You have an insane roster. Good luck in the territory. Hopefully you win. You have to let me know. Because that's crazy. The other thing is, obviously, when you're in those sorts of guilds, they probably have all these counters, modding tips, strategies that they just don't reveal to anyone. Anyways, yeah, you're right. The Krons do kind of ruin it. But then again, some people aren't in a position where you're going up against Krons, and then that still applies. It's just a weird world we live in, right? A weird world we live in. Okay. Let's go on to the next one, because we spent a long time on that roster. Alright. I think we're only going to do the people left on the thing today, because it's getting quite late. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll think. Going to be insanely hard win because they're 30 mil GP clear review. Yeah. Of course it's going to be hard to win, and also a top guild. But with, you know, you never know. These things can go one of 2 ways, you know? It only takes one person to really, really screw up, and maybe you have a chance. But good luck either way. And just remember, like, when you go up against the best players in the game, the best guilds in the game, which obviously you're in one of them, you're going to learn a lot. You can't win or lose, pick one. I mean, that's true. But use it as a learning experience, you know? Go into it with an open mind. Learn from what they have placed. Like, when you see their defenses, take a look at their mods. See if there's similarities and differences to what you've set. Oh, yeah. It's going to be tough. Don't get me wrong, but Obviously, don't go and, you know, leak everything, because those sorts of people, you don't. There's obviously the whole point of that. But go ahead, take a look at the different mods, take a look at the team compositions, and learn from it and adapt and try things out. I think that's one of the problems I've found with the game in general. There's too many people out there who are too rigid in what they do. Like, I'm not saying you should experiment crazy or theorycraft like crazy. No, I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying there's a time and a place, and I think people don't do it enough. Because when you go up against the best people in the game, they're gonna, like, if you set something standard, they're gonna know the answer within seconds. They're just gonna look at it and they're gonna say, okay, this beats this beats that. They've already won. But if you start changing things, even something so minute that you might think it means nothing, you change that, all of a sudden they look and they question it. And the second they question it is the second you may win. And this goes for GAC as well. And I know there's some examples where that doesn't count, but it's all about trying to make them second guess. Because the second you second guess something, so say for example in Grand Arena, you plan out your defense every single cycle. You know exactly what your opponent will set. The second you set something they don't expect, or you change one character on a team they don't expect, they go, oh, what do I do? And then they use something they didn't plan on using, and at that second, they're behind. Because they are not using what they intended to use. And I think that's the real way you can get an edge on these sorts of guys. That's my advice anyway. So use it as a learning experience. Okay, next up we have Blindskill. Let's change this ever so slightly. Okay, on to the next roster. Hey, welcome to the stream. I take it you've already been here for a while, but it's nice to see you here. The Senate, I know your guild. It's a good one. So, I recognize your alliance. Hold on, let me just make sure I put your name in and everything. Do all the time codes. Blindskill. If I'm correct, is the Senate the alliance that Free-to-Play Padawan used to be in? I'm sure it is. I mean, I know them from elsewhere, but I just thought that was the one. And then we want to put in here. Right, where are we on this stream here? 3:30. Okay, cool. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look here. Alright, you're a couple weeks from finishing Jabba. After getting good and red, the plan is to R5 Iden. JML or GI? I mean, that depends on your guild. If your guild want Inquisitors, then who am I to tell you otherwise? All I would say is, no matter what you do, take them all to 7-star, Gear 8, Gear 9, and at least clear Challenge Tier 1. Because then that's the extra 10 Quarros, or 20 Quarros, shall we say, each and every month. It adds up over time. So that's the first thing I would do. 5.7, JMK unlocked, SLK are unlocked. I mean, GI would be good. What's your Hut Cartel looking like? Okay. Omicron's there. You're not that far away, to be fair. I'm surprised you don't have this. That's a good Zeta. It's not the best one ever, but it has uses, right? Which can be decent. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, the tiredness is seeping in. So we're gonna do 4 more after this and then we're done for today. Maybe even not that, maybe even 2. I don't want to start doing roster reviews when I'm too tired because we're not gonna get through any decent ones. And then we'll do another stream. Possibly next week or maybe this week. I don't know. Whenever I have time, we'll do another roster review stream. Get through everyone. Because there's a lot. There are a lot. We still have like 17 more to go. And there's no way I do 17 more now. Alright, Hut Cartel is good. Jabba's good. What are your ships? Executor? Alright, you don't have profundity. But your question was GI or JML. I mean, JML will be close, but I think GI. No. I can't, man. Not today. You have no idea how long it takes. You have no idea the willpower some of these take. Sometimes it's good to, you know, take a small break, refresh, come back, and do them another day, you know. And obviously, if I did all the roster reviews in one day, there would never be any more rosters to review. It means less streams. So surely it's a win-win. I get to rest, and you guys get to see more quality content. And I get that some of you may get, you know, disappointed that you don't see yours today, but it's just the fairest way to do it is this way. I'm gonna be honest. I would say GI. I would say GI. Just get the farm out of the way. After that's done, then GJML. That's what I would do, and the reason being, your guild would then be happy, and it's done. It's out of the way, and that's kind of the main thing. And just remember, the second you get this done, and you're Relic 7, that's a Reaver Shard. And say it takes you 3 months. Say you could have Inquisitors done in less than a month, right? The light's flashing again. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to have a look at that in a minute. It's only just started. Very strange. So say you have only just started farming Reaver. Say you get her done in a month. From that point on, that's a Reaver Shard, potentially. Now, say you do JML, and it takes you 3 months, and then you do Reaver, and it takes you a month. Or the Ewok. I love put Glurm on tilt. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It kind of did. No. Oh, you're not wrong. But say you do JML, it takes you 2 or 3 months. And then say you do Grand Inquisitor another month, you're missing out on 3 potential Reaver Shards. I mean, it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot to your guild. It adds up. And that 3 could easily be made into more if your whole guild is in the same mindset. So my view is just finish Inquisitors, get them done, then come back, do JML, then enjoy. I just think they're too important not to do. That's just my view. Plus you have Jabba. I mean, you're going to have 3 GLs. Because the thing is, you do JML, and then you're going to be like, but now I have to relic the JML team. And then you're going to be like, but now I've done this, let's do something else. I think you just need to hone in and just do the Grand Inquisitor, get him done. Yeah, exactly. They're needed in so many places. I think that's the main advantage, if I'm completely honest. That's what I would do anyway. Alright, guys. I don't know why I'm looking. Fleet's already looked at that. Alright. So that's basically my answer to your question. Really good account though. Okay, guys. Man. Not long left here. Right, farming Ray. We love to see a Ray farm. Okay, I need to edit this. Okay, and then we need to do. Oh, no! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to copy paste this. Put this in the thing here. 345, 44. 345, 44. Okay, I think this is gonna be the last one for today, guys. I know there's only a couple more, but I can't commit to doing the rest. We'll save all the others for the next stream. So rare to see a Ray farm. I know, right? It's kind of refreshing. Gonna be honest, like I said, we do so many rosters on here, and you guys see so many rosters. A lot of the time, everything's the same. And all of a sudden, when you see something different, all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, it's amazing. I can't believe it. Zora, yes, there we go, Zated, and she's fine. Honestly, she'll work at that gear level. In terms of the Ray farm, you've not got long left. I like the Finn Omicron. I think that has uses. Just for me. Where's the other one? Where's the other one? Where's this one? Unless she's never Ray, and then fair enough. No, she's a good character, 100%. I'm not gonna get on that bandwagon again today. I go on about it too much. All right, one per. Okay, let's break this down and just think. You got the Finn Omicron. You have the Wampa Omicron. I'm seeing Treya and I'm seeing the Omicron. They need one. Sidious has an Omicron. I remember you doing that. I don't know. Without Malgus, I don't know. I think there's better, but when you get Malgus, Sidious is actually low-key good because he really does improve that team. Because of the added health, you can get up to crazy high levels. Ship part of Ray. Let's go have a look. Let's go have a look at the ships for Ray. Do you have Executor? You do. That's huge. Okay. Okay, so it's coming along. I'm not seeing the Evan Hawk is coming along. Ships do take a while. This is the benefit of going for the Ray and Kylo farm. Yeah, the Ray farm doesn't give you the best fleet, but it still gives you good ships in the process. Lando's coming along. That's actually low-key a good ship. Gear 12 pilots. This ship's worth investing in. Really, really good ship. And it's needed in ROTE as well. I think the ship farm's coming along okay. And you should keep on plugging away. I think the resistance is looking okay. I don't know, like, you've gone straight from C to Ray. So there's obviously going to be gaps that need filling. Are you farming cam clones? Is that happening? Slowly. I think once you get Ray, you're going to see your account go to the next level, right? In terms of Omicrons, like I said, I think Treya deserves one. The only thing I would say is I feel like you've done the order of relics in a weird way. For example, what I mean by this is Hero Finn should have been one of the first relics in my mind because he's one of the best characters in this entire faction. JTR droids will work somewhere. You then have Finn will work as a team. Let's take a look at speeds. 325, not bad. Haven't touched him. Yeah, okay. Well, there was gear on him. I assumed you might have been working on him a little bit. But no, I don't know. I think your farm's good. You just went by what I had said at the start of the time and still getting a chance of Finn and Rose. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. I mean, when you get Ray, all of a sudden you have your defensive GL. Granted, without Ben, Starkiller kind of wrecks her, but still very interesting to see. I like seeing different farms. I like seeing Ray farms because we don't see enough of them. I think she's underrated. Would I say she's the best GL? Probably not. Would I say she's severely underrated? Absolutely. Alright. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I think that's it. We've been going 4 hours. Hold on. Before we end, what do you think I can get from my gaps? Damn light flashing again. I feel like maybe Bounty Hunters is a good investment. I feel like Padme. Like if you want to fill in some other teams. I'm just curious, what are your rebels? Okay, I would like if you want to fill in other teams at some point. Bounty Hunters You already have execs, so you should be getting Chewy to 7-star. I need to work on mods pretty bad. Yeah, that will come. Don't worry about that. That will come. I would say bounty hunters into Chewy into CLS. I would say CLS would be a good team to build up. But I would say don't deter too far from your raid farm. Get the characters done, and then maybe while you're waiting on ships, because that will happen, that's when you go back and you do CLS and all of that. Anyways, guys, I am going to end the stream here because I am very tired. We've been going 4 hours. Chewy? I don't know, man. I didn't see them. You do have them, okay. But I'll gear him up anyway. Sorry. See, this is what happens when I get tired. I miss little things like that. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'll catch you all tomorrow for tomorrow's stream. See you later, guys.